Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 514, live. Welcome to Wrestle Wars Genesis. Tonight we continue the road to TWA Revolution. We're going to add some fuel to the fiery road that's already lit up and smoking. We got a thrill ride of an afternoon, and we're going to kick things off with a hell of a tone-setting matchup. Before we get started, and we do have, of course, a guest host with us. Luke the Nooner 94 decided to join us on the broadcast booth. Luke, welcome in. What's going on? What's new and exciting? What are you up to today?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm doing good.
So you had a, before we get too far in, you had a show earlier today, and tell everybody about that and what your main event was.
We had LCW Death Zone, and we had Adam Apex taking on the Gouda in a Cage of Chaos steel cage match.
Cage of Chaos. So what's the rule set for a Cage of Chaos?
Cage of Chaos is like it's knockout, and it's also pinfall. So you can knock down. It's 2 out of 3 falls. You've got to score 2 points.
Okay.
You can knock out or by pinfall, by pinning them. You can't submit them. It's just the 2 things: knockout or pins.
And so that was for a championship?
Yeah. I normally do them at pay-per-views.
But you decided...
I wanted to do a Cage of Chaos for like the main event.
Yeah, why not? Every once in a while it's nice to have the big matches right on your regular shows.
Definitely. Cage of Chaos is a big thing in LCW.
And which title was that for? Was that for the LCW World Championship?
The LCW Hardcore title, which is defending 24/7.
Yo, Joe Link! Welcome in, Joe Link. I know Sir Jack the Greatest is lurking because he took off on Luke and I, left us both dangling in the broadcast booth all alone and by ourselves. I'm surprised he's not already blaming you, Joe, for not being here as well.
Yeah, so the LCW title's defended 24/7, the Hardcore title on my stream.
And so that was your main event. So what else was on the card? Did you have some other tag matches or any other titles on the line?
Yeah, we had these matches where they had
together we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. With the said,
you said the Motor City Machine Guns?
Alpha Elite picked up the win over the Motor City Machine Guns.
Nice. Very cool. So it sounds like a lot happened. So now you're building up to your next pay-per-view, I assume, at this point?
Yeah, I am.
So what's your next pay-per-view called?
Together we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. With the said,
okay, so that's just up in the air. So, but you're going to still keep your storylines going and work towards that next big pay-per-view, and that can be unveiled later at a different date.
Basically, yeah.
Nice. So now I also know, because we were talking about it earlier, and I know this is kind of a popular thing right now. So you own the new Mortal Kombat 1 game, and apparently so does Sir Jack. Now, what is so? And you're a fan of those games, so you've played the other ones. We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh yeah, I've played pretty much.
Actually, we'll talk about now. So which the new one aside, what's your favorite Mortal Kombat game besides what you think of this new one?
Mortal Kombat 9, because I was really fucking good at it, and I used to go into games. I could play like about 5 characters on it, and I just got really good at it. The first fighting game I got really good at. That's why I liked it the most.
Sir Jack says Deception.
One of the best Mortal Kombat I've ever played in my life. Like probably the best still, I think.
Right.
Mortal Kombat 9 for the Xbox 360.
For the 360. Yo, James West is in the house. What's going on, James West? Welcome in. What's new and exciting, sir?
Deception was good as well, though.
Deception was good as well? Okay. So which one is that? Because I haven't played Mortal Kombat games in forever, so...
we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. With the said,
I played the originals like that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So now, listen...
the originals.
So now, how would you compare...
Good, how is you today?
...the new game to the older games, and what do you need...
the originals?
Yeah, I mean, in comparison, for your... I'm not talking...
like two special moves, couldn't you, really? Like, you had the two special moves, you had the uppercut, didn't you? That were the originals. You didn't really have combos back then. Now you got all these like different combos, like different modes to play out, the crypt and all that, and it's just really cool. Like the graphics look fucking phenomenal as well. Like,
how is it graphic-wise? Is it visually stunning, or is it like, how is that?
Oh yeah, it is when you look at it.
Together we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors.
Yo, Froggy Mothlegs in the house. What's going on, Froggy? Welcome in, buddy.
There are some amazing and fun channel
Scorpion, that's your favorite character? Okay, that was actually going to be my next question. Which is your favorite character? A lot of people always say like Johnny Cage, people like that. Raiden. Now, that's something else. We were talking about it earlier with Jack, and I'm not exactly sure what you mean, so you'll have to explain a little bit. But what is it that you find weird about Raiden?
Together we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors.
Just go look at Raiden MK1 reboot.
What up, vicious villains?
Okay, so that's just something I have to see for myself. Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
Gotcha.
You've got to see what he looks like. I'm not saying that it looks terrible, but
Raiden ISNT got any more.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean,
Raiden's always had a big, massive hat, and he's always been like the god of thunder to me.
Joling says Raiden isn't a god anymore.
He's more of a bug.
I mean, how do you mean, Joe? Like, is that part of the storyline of the game? He's lost his god status?
No,
or?
He's like a monk in the story.
Oh,
he's like a monk in the story as opposed to... Froggy says, I love the characters that only exist because they were glitches that people noticed. Nice. Which characters were they? Now, who was it, Jack or you, Luke, that said they reset the timeline, which is how they made this game possible? So it's not a remake, it's a reboot, right?
Well, apparently, I was speaking to my brother today, right? The person that played Scorpion is actually Sub-Zero, and the person that played
loaded as a glitched Scorpion, and everyone thought he was a secret character.
I'm like, because Sub-Zero to me sounds a bit like Scorpion. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, so they use the same video character for both.
Yeah.
Interesting. Froggy says Ermac loaded as a glitched Scorpion, and everyone thought he was a secret character. Oh, interesting. See, I didn't know any of that, because like I said, I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game in years. Joe says, yeah, it's like he was before he was a god in his backstory. He is friends with Kung Lu, is he?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's always been friends with Kung Lao.
Yeah, but you would think resetting the timeline and changing how you know what I mean?
That's like the main character by the looks of it.
Yeah. You would just think that they wouldn't maybe necessarily, but...
It's just... I don't know, man. I like it though, it's different.
So what's the main plot? What's the main purpose of the story in this new Mortal Kombat 1 reboot?
I've only played a couple hours into the story.
Okay, so you're still getting through it, okay. Does anybody else have a synopsis of what the game is actually, like the storyline, what the storyline is about? I'm just interested because I've actually, so again, it's been a long ass time since I played a Mortal Kombat game, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't. I do like fighting games. One of my favorite fighting games of all time, believe it or not, was Virtua Fighter, because there was no fireballs and chains and bullshit. It was hand-to-hand combat. And I just really enjoyed that. I like that's why I like UFC games, although the UFC games need to be reworked. They're never... I haven't played a UFC game yet that I actually liked. I wish they would do more with them. I don't know what they're not... I don't know. They just haven't got UFC games right yet. Because it would be fun to have a combat league, the same as we have a wrestling fed. But with the current state... Well, you can.
Yeah, I understand.
You can, and it would be interesting, because people, instead of having wrestlers, could have fighters, or they could claim fighters. And, like, it could still be done. But, again, I've played the UFC games, and they're just... I don't know. They gotta work on the flow and the transitions, and there's a multitude of things I could sit here and go off on, especially as a long-time martial artist myself, and just the way some things work in the game, it just, I don't know. I don't know.
And Sonya Blade is Kano.
Yeah, they just need to rework it. They need to do something different. They gotta have somebody else do those games. I don't know what. They just could be better.
That's it, really. It's like,
now the new one,
the system for me is shit on that game.
Like the new UFC 4 was better than the other ones. I'll give them credit there, but it's still not what I'm looking for.
For me, it's the detection when they hit somebody. Now it just looks off.
Yeah. And there's listen, that's not it even. Like there's certain moves that if you were to land on somebody clean, it's not just a hit they're taking. You know what I mean? It's not just a hit they're taking. It should wobble them. It should give you the option to move in and go for the kill or whatever. But again, it's not there yet. For some reason, whatever engine they're using for the combat game, it's just, it doesn't, again, the flow of how things move while they're in the cage, the transition of the different moves. There's a lot of different things that need to be reworked. But yeah,
I'm not really a UFC fan, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
Well, I like all of MMA. I don't like just UFC. I watch other promotions as well. It just happens to be that, especially now, the best people in the world end up in the UFC. I don't think there's any denying that anymore. Especially when you've had champions from other promotions come in and get creamed. But, I mean, I don't know. I just don't necessarily like their games. But yeah, I was a big fan of Virtua Fighter. That was a Sega game. And I did enjoy Street Fighter as well.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is worth a pickup if anyone wants to get into a fighting game. It's fucking great. I love
Street Fighter 6? Yeah, I haven't actually played Street Fighter 6
If you want to play online and you want a fighting game, that's probably the one you want to get. Mortal Kombat 1 is also obviously good as well, but I'm just saying, like, Street Fighter feels glorious.
Yeah. Now, did Joe or Sir Jack or anybody else that likes the Mortal Kombat games, did you also enjoy Street Fighter? Joe Link says, no, but it might spoil something. It's a multiverse. Oh, okay. Liu Kang is trying to stop the merging of timelines. And Sir Jack says it's basically about the start of a new story. It was created for peace and prosperity, but now it's being opposed by a powerful being. That's as much as I can say with it. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't want to spoil it for those that haven't got too far into the game anyways. That's fair. So there are enemies you fight like Scorpion, but he is now a girl. Oh, that's cool. I don't mind that. See, I know some people like Glenola. He's one of the biggest for it. They don't like change. Like, for instance, if you suddenly had a black Superman, Glenola probably wouldn't watch it. I would watch it just for the love of the character and the love of the stories. I don't care what color he is. Scorpion's a female in the new one, I guess.
The only thing I liked about Street Fighter was Juri Han.
And Sonya Blade is Kano. What?
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Am I reading that right? It says Sonya Blade is Kano?
Why are they doing this? Like, can I just ask? Why are they doing this?
That's a little weird, but okay.
Would it throw people off the game, you think?
Maybe. I don't know. That, or maybe they'll be intrigued because it's something new and refreshing. I don't know. It's hard to say. It might be like 6 of one, half a dozen of another type of thing.
I'm a huge Scorpion fan.
The 3D fight games I've played have been a little sluggish, but I haven't played any super recent ones, so they might have some.
Nothing against that. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah. Froggy says, at the same time, I loved Street Fighter 2 so much it got me into illustration, and it's what I went to art school for. Very cool, Froggy. That's very cool. I didn't know you went to art school. That's awesome.
So good
for you, my friend.
Who's your favorite Street Fighter character of all time?
That's a good question. Who's your favorite Street Fighter character, Froggy? Sir Jack says, the only thing I liked about Street Fighter was Yuri Han. Froggy says, I feel like the 3D fight games I've played have been a little sluggish. Yeah, well, that's like the UFC games. They're sluggish, too.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
Fighting games, I don't like it as much as 2D. 2D's better, man.
Yeah, I think so, too. But I haven't played any super recently ones, so they might have smoothed it out. Well, I don't know which games that they would have done that with, but I know, like, even UFC games are the same. That's what I was saying, the flow, the transitions. Like, it's very sluggish. It's very... And again, I mean... If somebody takes a heel kick into the temple, it's going to do more than just give you a hit and lose a little bit of energy for them. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever been kicked in the head before, but if you get kicked in the temple area, or the side of the neck, or whatever, I mean, it can do one of two things: either knock you out, or at least debilitate you a little bit, and your opponent might, well, if they know what they're doing, can have a heyday with that, because you're wobbly at that point. But anyways, there's a lot of different things. Even like when you get submissions on people in the UFC games, it's like it turns into a wrestling game suddenly, and it doesn't take, like when you get for instance, if you have a rear naked choke locked in correctly, that dude's got maybe 5 seconds at most, and that's if they're a trained fighter. Like, you can go to sleep pretty quick if it's locked in incorrectly, stuff like that. Where in the game, you could have that locked in for God knows how long, and then your opponent just gets out. So, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they need to rework those games. I'm not a fan of the UFC games. I have played them.
Really, like,
it's bad, yeah.
How's a new player going to understand the UFC submission system when they play it?
Froggy says, I'm a fan of 2D fighting games, so Guilty Gear fucking rocks.
2D is the way, bud.
I don't think I've played Guilty Gear. Tell me about that. I love Dr. Stretchy and Blanca. I think everybody likes Blanca.
You want to play a 2D stuff. 3D fighting game? Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur? Yeah, Soul Calibur were good fighting games.
The annoying about that is you beat someone's ass, it can knock you out of the arena and they can win off that, which is really, really irritating.
Hi, honey. My wife is tuning in from work, apparently. Has to jump in and call me a penis face at least once a show. But anyways, yeah, so when it comes to Street Fighter, I think I agree with, I believe it was Froggy. I like Street Fighter 2 the most. Now, to be fair, I haven't played 6 on.
Oh.
So I don't know what...
was the only one that I've ever played in my life.
I don't know what they're like. Guilty Gear is even more anime looking than Street Fighter. Some of the characters are so fast they feel more like the Flash than the Flash. Nice.
Skipping the rest. Hi, MRS.
I've heard of Guilty Gear, is that?
I've never played a game called Guilty Gear before at all. You know what's funny is one of my least favorite characters of Street Fighter was the one that when they first made the movie, it was Jean-Claude Van Damme. He played that character. It was Guile, and I never really got excited about that character at all. I don't know why.
Are you good?
Work must be busy, honey. See how you're stopping by to visit and call me a penis face.
Together we will grow strong in our community.
Must be hopping.
Remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. With that said, with
Joe Link shit, Nuke the wife. Thank you, Joe Link. I'm sure she appreciates that. I won't be surprised if her follow count doesn't go up just from calling me a penis face.
I think Guilty Gear
Bunch of
Strive
villains.
is the newest one, but I'm
I
way
think
behind
Guilty
on the
Gear
series.
Strive is the newest one, but I'm way behind on the series. Now, is this like a newer game series? Like, how long has Guilty Gear been out for? Because again, I've never heard of it, much less played it. So I'm just curious. And is there any comparison?
Never fucking heard of it.
Is there any comparison you can give us to something Guilty Gear might be similar to?
The first
Guilty Gear was 1998. Really? 1998? Yeah, I've never heard of it. Was it a US only release or what? The rest of us didn't get the pleasure of playing it. Because some games were like that back in the day. There were some countries that released, games specifically for their country.
You remember the days of memory cards in consoles where you had
they were a pain in the ass.
I know. Shit.
I mean, by the time PlayStation 2 was almost finished, you almost had to get a second job or a second mortgage just to afford all your memory cards.
Oh, see that? You know that football game I played, Pez? Back in the day, right? I had to go take my memory card around someone else's house so I can load up my Master League team and we could play each other. That's how old that is. I swear to God.
Yeah, it'll load your team up. Like manually taking your memory card out. Just to play somebody.
I'm interested to see what Froggy says about a comparison.
Maybe the closest
parallel visually is Soul Calibur, but way more over the top with moves. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look it up because I literally have no idea. Never heard of it.
Actually sounds kind of fun. I can't lie to you.
I mean, if it's a lot like Soul Calibur, I love Soul Calibur. I thought they were brilliant.
Great.
I thought they were brilliant.
Oh yeah,
and all the different options you have.
All the Star Wars characters in the game.
I know, right? I mean, how could you not want to be Darth Vader?
I'll drop a
that was
couple
probably
images
the best
on the
one I've
Discord.
played. That was class.
Discord.
Yeah.
Archer's Army
Which Soul Calibur did you like the best? Out of curiosity, I know some people. I mean, everybody's when it comes to Soul Calibur, there's no real general consensus. Everybody likes something different, kind of thing. But what
Oh yeah,
one?
people that like seconds, though. So.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like 2.
But...
Did you like 4?
I don't think I played it.
You haven't played 4? Okay.
I haven't played seconds since like PS1, mate.
Froggy, did you have a favorite Soul Calibur game?
Mine is the one with the Star Wars characters that got added to it. Is that number 4?
Say that again.
Mine is the one with the Star Wars characters in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think that was 2, 3. I forget.
It was 4, I think.
Was it 4? Well, I think most didn't most of the Soul Calibur games have at least one Star Wars character in it?
Yeah, because you pre-ordered it to get Darth Vader on the PS3, or you could get Yoda on the Xbox.
Yeah.
They weren't very good though on the game, to be fair. Like, guest characters are normally shit in fighting games. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to make them look more powerful than the characters that are, the other characters.
Exactly, yeah.
Type of thing.
Like that guy from the Force Unleashed was on the game as well.
Which one?
As you said, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the guy, the main guy.
Oh, yeah.
Calibur.
I actually liked that game, Force Unleashed. That was pretty good.
I never played that. I don't know why. Like,
Did you not?
I wish I fucking played it. Though.
You know a game I wish they'd.
The first one was brilliant. The second one wasn't very good after that.
You know a game I'd love to see either rebooted or even remastered. I don't care, but it was for the N64 and it was called Shadows of the Empire. That was a fun game.
Never played that.
You never played that? Did any of you guys play Shadows of the Empire ever? Or have you heard of Shadows of the Empire? It was actually a really good game. It was a good game. Again, it was for N64. For anybody that's played the N64 ever. If you haven't played it,
my first console was PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1, yeah. I started out Nintendo. But, I mean, anything after the N64 I didn't really care for. The GameCube wasn't too bad. It gave you the option to play multiple different platforms on the Cube, but I thought the 64 was hands down better than the rest of the Nintendo's
me and my brother did play a game on the N64 called Battletoads, though, when we were kids.
Battletoads?
And we could never complete the first fucking level on it because we were shit.
Did you say Battletoads?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said. I don't know if I played that or not. It sounds familiar, actually.
Right, yeah, that's what it was.
No Shadows of the Empire was the shit.
We couldn't even beat the first level on it because we were that shit at the game. We were only young kids.
Froggy says, yo, Shadows of the Empire was the shit. Dash render for it? Yeah, I know. It was a really good game. That's what I'm saying, and the story was really cool. I would love to see that remastered or rebooted, whichever they want to do, I don't care.
The new jackpot number
but
for
bring back Dash Render.
Channel redemption of your choices 087. The number to win a YTV championship matches 06.
You know what? I think I have to change that one number. Don't play the lotto yet. I think I have to change.
Play. Sir Jack.
I literally say don't play 5, and Jack
7,
plays.
9. Good luck.
I have to change the bottom number. I believe Glenola won that. Or no, who won that? Yeah, Glenola did, I think.
Superstar.
Almost positive.
Frog Hemeth legs is
Give me a sec. I'm going to change that right now before we get too far in.
So what have we got for the first match then, or is that something you want to reveal?
First match is going to be for the Junior Tag Team Championship, actually. We're going to get to that in just a moment. I just want to change that number real quick.
I'm going to post your link in my Discord.
Alright, here we go. So, it was Glenola that won last time. It was for the YTD
and hey everyone else
championship up.
Booth.
And nobody won the other one at all.
Glad everyone's here.
Let's see. We'll make that number... Alright. So the new numbers are 087 to earn a channel redemption reward, 088 for a YTD championship up. And there we go.
Superstar. Today,
now you can play.
James West 1197 is Lita.
James West is Lita.
Play.
129.
Your numbers are 1, 2.
That
9.
should actually put you in the running.
There are some amazing and fun channel rewards. Skipping the rest.
Just
Play.
barely, I believe.
James West.
You'll have to do the math on that, but I'm pretty sure, Jack, that puts you in the running.
6. Good luck, James West.
James West, your numbers are 2, 5, 6. Unlucky.
Fun channel rewards to choose from if you are T.
I want to see who I am for the day.
Superstar.
I am John Moxley.
Today,
I will take it. It's not Ruby Soho.
Moxley.
Not that I have a problem with Ruby Soho, but I don't want to be Ruby Soho. I do not. Okay, so people are coming in. They want to see a wrestling show, as well as listen to us continue to speak. And of course, we will continue to do so. We have some dirt sheets to check out, see what's been going on in the world of pro wrestling, the news and rumors, the old dirty sheeties. And of course, yeah. I do have a list for later, if we happen to get to it, and it is the 10 most hated champions of all time. So I thought that would be interesting to have a look at. I did briefly.
CM Punk's on there.
You bet CM Punk's on there? Probably. I don't know. I only skimmed I skimmed about half of it just to make sure it was.
Something number 6.
Well, let me see. I don't think it says ranked. I hate when they say ranked because it's always so subjective. Let's see here. Oh, it is ranked. 10 most hated WWE champions ranked. Yeah. Okay. So I was wrong. I didn't think it was ranked. It is.
If he's on there, can I get some extra points?
If he's on there, do you get extra points?
Yeah.
I mean, I did not run a prediction for that.
If he's like 6th or 5th, though, it can't be 8th.
All right, so here we go. Let's get the show started. Episode number 514 live. First match of the afternoon. It is a fatal four-way tag team ladder match for the Junior Tag Team Championships. We've got LDF, the Brawling Brutes, the Coalition, and Phenomenal Soul all going to head-to-head. And of course, obviously the objective is to climb the ladder rung by damn rung, grab the championship belt, pull it down, and take it home with your partner in crime. But that is the tone setter for the afternoon. Sorry, say that again.
I'm about to win the match.
You're about to win the matchup? I mean, I'd be happy with that because that means the Coalition would become the Junior Tag Team Champions. I mean, I'm trying not to be biased here.
I just got confidence in myself, man.
So here we go. First match of the afternoon, the tone setter of the afternoon, ladder match, fatal four-way for the Junior Tag Team Championships. LDF, Brawling Brutes, the Coalition, and of course, Phenomenal Soul. Let's get things rocking and rolling. Let's go. All right, so let's see what's going on in the dirt sheets. I know there's lots going on. We all know The Rock made his return to SmackDown last night. I'm sure there's more speculation on CM Punk and whatever else is going to be going on. I know John Moxley had revealed during an interview what Vince McMahon told him during their last meeting. So there's a few things we're going to have a look at. However, we're going to start things off with the Bleachers Report. Chris Rowling has an article here, and it's buying or selling latest rumors on Edge to AEW. WWE's new title schemes, and more. And we did talk a little bit about that, I think, before we went on the broadcast. But they're at one of the first meetings with TKO, one of the things that was brought up was perhaps having a new title scheme for WWE, which would involve new weight classes. But anyways, we'll get into that. So the recent stretch of pro wrestling news and buzz has provided more than enough proof that there is simply no off-season for the rumor mill. It goes beyond the simple CM Punk saga, which at least for now has cooled a little bit. Instead, the rumor mill presents some stunning buzz about superstars potentially hopping from AEW to WWE and vice versa. Names such as Jade Cargill and Edge sit prominently in that chatter. Let's also not forget WWE's new merger with the UFC, which kicked off buzz about a variety of different things that could change for the biggest company on the block, including the possibility of
Still a lot of fights
There we
left
go.
in the Celtic Warrior, that's
Stick
for
around,
sure.
folks.
Yeah, my network got disrupted somehow.
My sources say the Celtic Warrior already has a couple cold ones waiting backstage.
That one
I don't know what happened there.
People trying to shut us down, man.
Now, I think I caught it in time, so it shouldn't split the broadcast, but should be fine. I don't know what that's about. It does that from time to time. It's got to do with the PlayStation Network. It's got nothing to do with Twitch. I don't know what that is, but...
Making their way
What
to
is
the
this
ring
match? What is this
at a
match
combined
again?
weight
Like, fatal
of
four-way ladder?
423
It's a Fatal
pounds.
4-Way Ladder match for the Junior Tag Team Championships.
Who am I?
This match was announced
Oh,
that
I who am I?
WWE Universe is expected a
Yeah, you're teaming with
classic.
JC.
I think it is destined
From
to
Team
deliver.
Sir Jack the Greatest. Alright, there we go. That was weird. I hate when that happens, but at least I caught it before it split my damn broadcast.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Like, we got Team JC, and we got the dude in action right now.
We do.
So, we actually got
The coalition is in the house. Alright, so here we go.
My mask and my jacket and added the entire of it.
Here we go. The rumor mill sure makes it sound like Jade Cargill is about to be one of the biggest free agents in recent memory. Actually, I believe she has already left AEW, I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported Cargill's AEW time is winding down, and she will be headed to WWE soon. Wrestling Observer Live's Brian Alvarez and Randall Ortman of Cage Side Seats followed up by saying that while it isn't a guarantee, the vibe backstage is that it will be soon enough. This might just be the easiest buy of the week. While it's safe to presume AEW would want to do everything in its power to keep the 31-year-old superstar, Cargill seems to have every justifiable reason to want to jump. Cargill simply has WWE written all over her, whether we're talking about in-ring style or unmatchable charisma and presence. She'd be droves bigger in WWE and likely a main eventer, especially compared to the creative purgatory she sat in with AEW. Pitting Cargill in the same squared circle as Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and others is a no-brainer for all involved. I said that on one of our last shows, actually. Sans AEW creating one of the most appetizing list of dream matches possible. So the verdict on that one is most people are buying that, so general consensus, she's definitely coming. WWE willing to move SmackDown.
This is gonna be good.
So a merger with the UFC was always going to have interesting repercussions. Could one of those be moving SmackDown off Friday nights? According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE is open to moving SmackDown if a new rights deal requires it. This one is a big sell, though. SmackDown moved to Friday nights in 2005 and has been an institution ever since. A new company might swoop in and do a rights deal for the show, sure, but it's hard to envision any of them balking at a guaranteed steady weekly ratings hit in such a drab spot every single week without fail for the duration of the contract. That's what makes pro wrestling broadcast deals so appealing in the first place. there's no off-season or need to throw out reruns while a new season films. So with Raw on Monday nights and NXT in the middle of the week, as it is, bank on WWE to keep cruising to that 2-decade mark of the show on Friday nights. I remember, I didn't realize this, but on Fridays for 2 decades now, because I do remember when because at one point it was on Wednesday nights. I believe it even went to Thursday for a little while. I can't remember if there was another day that it was on in between there, but predominantly Fridays that I remember though. So, but I didn't realize 20 years. That's interesting.
Think we'll see one of those tonight?
Was a Thursday for a bit.
You don't challenge someone to a ladder match if you're not looking
Pardon me?
for and in turn, you don't accept one.
Well, I mean, I don't.
Take sense
I guess if they get a new rights deal and they think it'd be more profitable on a different time, in a different time slot, I don't know. But that verdict is selling. Now, WWE title revamp coming. So how about another area the merger could massively impact WWE? Think title scenes. According to BWE and Randall Ortman, WWE is considering changes to the company's titles, and it specifically mentions words like weight class and trios, as well as suggesting new names. Something like a trios title wouldn't be all that stunning considering the presence of those in AEW already. A weight class of sorts, to loosely emulate what UFC does, might make some sense to the company elects to bring back things like the Cruiserweight title. The thing is, this is an easy buy because the idea was probably on the table already. Roman Reigns still technically has 2 men's top titles, but he doesn't really, because wasn't the Universal and the WWE made into the one ugly gold network plugging belt buckle? So really he doesn't. I don't know why they keep saying that. I know he has the other 2 still, but the one is supposed to replace the 2. Anyways, and Seth Rollins has another, for example, so a rework was probably already in the plans. But if WWE can brand it something that happened in a sort of solidarity with the UFC after the deal, all the better. Verdict on that one is buying. Next on the list is Edge to AEW. The most popular... What's that?
That's never going to happen.
I don't think so either. Here's the thing. I would be a little bit shocked if he did, but at the same time wouldn't be completely surprised, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
Yeah. They would not know what to do with Edge. I mean, Edge would have to, like, produce the shows for them to make it even worthwhile. To make it worth his time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand what he would do over there either. They don't even know how to utilize the people they have, much less bring somebody like Edge in. Edge requires a presence. You know what I mean? No pun intended to Roman Reigns, but he requires acknowledgement. And I just don't know how they're going to properly push a guy like Edge, especially as he gets ready to ride off into the sunset when they can't even manage the people that they have. So the Edge to AEW train got some more momentum when Mike Johnson of PW Insider reported that there was a belief Edge had wrestled his last match in WWE and would join the opposition. But a more recent update to the story reports that Edge is being re-added to the WWE roster, albeit on a miscellaneous list, not on the Raw or SmackDown brand. Which means he can go back and forth if he wants, because that's basically their version of a free agent, right? Frankly, though, Edge retiring anywhere but WWE seems like a long shot. It feels like there is zero chance his last match as a pro since his epic return would be about against Sheamus on WWE programming. Of course, AEW would undoubtedly love to have Edge, but his continued presence on WWE's internal roster might suggest he's waiting for a contract, the right creative, or potentially even a combination of the two. And the verdict on that one is selling. And that's the only stories they're following at Bleacher Report at the moment. Now here's some more rumor roundup, though, from CageSideSeats.com by Randall Ortman. WWE mass layoffs, Dana Warrior fired, The Rock, Cargill, and more is what they're going to cover in this one. So rumors for the day. WWE fired more than 100 employees during Friday's mass layoff, per PW Insider. Everyone at WWE who Insider spoke to was on pins and needles, waiting to see if they would get a call from HR telling them they were laid off. Everyone being told to work from home added to the sense of unease, especially since it's not like they will even get a chance to personally return and say their goodbyes and pick up their property. Multiple divisions in the company were absolutely ripped apart because of these cuts. For example, the Insights and Analytics team of 20-plus people now has only 3 employees left. Insider also reports that Dana Warrior is gone from WWE as part of the layoffs. BWE says The Rock's return segment on SmackDown ran long, and changes to the rest of the show had to be made on the fly to account for it. Well, I mean, you got to expect stuff like that, though. I think we all know that's going to happen, you know. If somebody like The Rock comes back and makes an appearance live on the show, you know that segment's going to run longer than it's supposed to. That's something they probably already pre-planned for, and it probably isn't as big of a deal as it may seem. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way they didn't think of that. Yeah. Sorry, say that again?
My guy hit the Gal crash.
Oh! Gotcha.
Called the Gooner Clash on I call it the Gooner Clash.
You call it the Gooner Clash?
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that. So Wrestling Observer Live's Brian Alvarez heard that Jade Cargill wanted a lot of money to stay in AEW. However, one source told Fightful Select that her decision on leaving AEW is not financially motivated. Matt Men's Andrew Zarian was confident in saying that AEW will be on Max in 2024, and AEW will expand its pay-per-view schedule to 12 pay-per-views a year. I mean, I don't think it's time for them to do that. I'm going to be right honest. I mean, even the show they did at Wembley Stadium, right? Well, Lider decided to start pumping out information before they knew the final statistics. One never knows. But look at this! Holy crap! That is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and new Junior Tag Team Champions, LDF. Legado del Fantasma, your new Junior Tag Team Champions, and now have the right to pick a fight with any Tag Team Champions, either from YTD or from TWA Wrestle Wars Genesis at any time of their choosing. This should be interesting. I can't even remember the last time I saw LDF win a championship at the Archivist, to be honest. Yeah, they were all going to battle, didn't even realize that he was on top of the ladder. I mean, he kind of grabbed that title down with ease there. Wow, so LDF, your new Junior Tag Team Champions. Wow, I did not see that one coming. I mean, honestly, I figured probably maybe Phenomenal Soul or the Coalition in that one. I mean, that was a tough one for me.
What a start to the show, holy shit.
That was a fantastic start. Did not expect that. And I like the element of surprise. So sometimes you get a surprise that's exciting. Sometimes you get a surprise that you just want to shut the show off and go to bed because it was that bad. But anyways.
Yeah, I get that a lot, where I want to just turn something off, just not watch it.
Yeah. So if anybody's wondering why you didn't see the Junior Tag Team belts, that is because the Junior Tag Team Champions, those belts are vacant. And for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason when it comes to the Junior Tag Team Championships, sometimes they put a briefcase on the ladder instead of the belts. I do not understand why. But it was a championship match. It was for the Junior Tag Team titles, so LDF is your new reigning defending Junior Tag Team Champions. All right, here we go. Next match of the day. It is the Wolfpack versus the Samoan Coalition. And check this out. Look at this. We got a brand new iteration of Poindexter. Finally, we've seen Count Dexcula for months and months. And look at that. You know, I used to complain because, you know, Poindexter literally turned the TWA into the world's largest epicenter of cosplay. But at least he's toned it down. But I did wonder when we'd see a new iteration of Poindexter. And lo and behold, he is here tonight. And we're going to see Alan Severn from Team Glenola, Lobo Dexter from Team Froggy Mothlegs, War the Machine, and the Omega Marshall Omega teaming up and riding high against the Samoan Coalition. It is Big Bubba Bruno from Team Soul Embers the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and of course Solo Sikoa, the people that decided to leave Roman Reigns and left the bloodline behind to join a new bloodline, if you will, the Samoan Coalition. And man, have they looked good since uniting and working as a machine, a well-oiled machine. They have been so far. There's been some success amongst the Samoan Coalition already. It's been fantastic to watch them in action. But here we go. Next match of the day. It is Team Glenola. We have Team Froggy Mothlegs, Team Night the Undying, and of course Team Soul Embers all going to battle here tonight. Well, technically, they're going to battle with Team Soul Embers, just to be fair.
I think Team Soul Embers have got this year.
The Samoan Coalition have looked fantastic, and I'll be honest, the Wolfpack have. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed or anybody else has noticed, but they've looked less than unified lately, first and foremost. But they've had their ups and downs a lot, where the Samoan Coalition have kind of been on the up and up. So you might be right about that, Luke.
Yeah,
you could be right about that. So if you were to throw down a bet, like if it was the championship rounds and you were making a bet on the match, you'd go with the Samoan Coalition?
Tough. It's actually a tough matchup.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's a tough call.
I think I would go for the Samoan Coalition just because they've got like Jimmy Uso, they've got Solo, they've got that big dude in the middle there. This looks like
my official statement about the Wolfpack is that
Froggy says my official Froggy says my official statement about the Wolfpack is that they're all awesome and they've never been stronger, and you'll hear from our lawyers about this slander. Oh, come on, they've looked less than unified. They've looked less than... Actually, I think that the two predominantly that have looked the best in the last little while has been probably Omega and I was going to say Count Dexcula, but it is now Lobo Dexter.
I think this team on the left is similar, because to me, there's a big dude in that team. There's another guy that looks like the Enforcer onto the right, and the same team's kind of similar, aren't these?
Yeah, I mean, they do match up quite well, actually, as far as... well, I mean, to be fair, the Samoan Coalition, aside from Lobo Dexter, I would say the Samoan Coalition, when it came to the technical side of things, probably has the edge there. But when it comes to power, I think they're fairly even matched when it comes to power.
Does everybody have wrestlers claimed in this matchup?
Sorry?
Does everybody have wrestlers claimed in this matchup?
Yes. Because the four are streamer teams. Well, the 5 of them are streamer teams, and Soul Embers claimed the Usos and Solo Sikoa. So he has them under contract. But here we go. Next match of the day. It is the Wolfpack Horsemen versus the Samoan Coalition. It is an 8-man tag to brag elimination style matchup. Let's go. I'm just going to have a quick look here, see if anybody else played the lotto, but I don't think so. No. Wait a minute. Who's Danhausen? Froggy Mothlegs is Danhausen. Is today's theme a family feud? Well, I mean, technically they're not feuding amongst one another. They're on the same team, Froggy. It's a tag to brag, so it is the 4 from the Wolfpack Horsemen versus the 4 from the Samoan Coalition.
I'm also practicing my combos and
Are you? What combos are you working on?
I think that's the basic one to start off with, and then we'll try to get better and go on.
What's your favorite one to utilize? Yo, Angry Cloud!
Well,
thank you for the follow. We appreciate you. Welcome into episode number 514 here at the Archiverse TV. Wrestle Wars Genesis. We're on the road to the next big SPV of 2023. It'll be TWA Revolution. It'll be next Sunday night. It's going to be a hell of a thrill ride. Tonight is the final night for championship matches. This entire week coming up is going to be the final push week, so there'll be lots of faction wars, tag team battles. We'll see one-on-one matches. We will see some junior titles on the line. Any junior title that might be vacated, but when it comes to the championships from YTD Live or TWA, there'll be no championships defending until TWA Revolution next Sunday, so it's going to be an exciting evening. You just missed our first matchup of the day, and it was a fatal 4-way ladder match for the junior tag team titles. LDF, your new junior tag team champions. And welcome in for the second match of the day. This is a 8-man tag to brag elimination style matchup between the Wolfpack Horsemen and the Samoan Coalition. So welcome in. Thanks for being here. How was your day? What's going on, Angry Cloud?
Favorite combo to hit all comes down to like when I can hit it, how I can hit it. Like,
of 630 pounds.
Oh, okay. So like your timing type of thing?
Yeah, an MK11 had a 16 hit combo with Scorpion.
Strength and numbers.
Something keeps happening with your microphone there.
I
said my highest hit combo on MK11 was Scorpion 16 hits.
Legs.
Holy crap, 16?
Yeah, 16 hits I could do.
That's crazy. And what are you currently capable of?
Comboed into his get over here, so it was a combination of that.
What are you currently capable of doing?
I've got this one where he kicks him up into the air, and then I do the get over here, and then I grab him, and it's like an 8. It's just a standard one, but I think I can get better on it.
Nice. Alright, so I'll get back to that, the rest of that article. Where did we leave off? Last we were talking about Cargill, right? Is that where we left off? Was the Jade Cargill piece, I think? Oh no, wait. We talked about 12 pay... Oh! That's what I wanted to discuss. Before we get further into the article, what does everybody think about AEW moving to 12 pay-per-views a year? Because I gotta be honest, and it goes back to my point about... So here's the thing with Wembley Stadium show. You know? It wasn't a terrible show. It was a good show. I wouldn't say it was great or awesome like some of the AEW fans have said, but it felt, the whole show to me, except for the main event was absolute fire, but the whole show to me felt like an elongated Dynamite. It did not feel like a pay-per-view. It did not have a pay-per-view feel to it. And to me, personally, the hype of selling all those tickets that they sold, which, by the way, apparently they didn't sell that many at all, which is an interesting story to follow, it didn't live up to the hype. The show didn't live up to the ticket sale hype. So, I don't know.
I thought it was a good show, baby.
It was an episode of Dynamite inside of a bigger stadium. It wasn't a pay-per-view. It didn't have any star power except for the main event.
I thought it was
no. And they did a good job with it. Like I said, it was a good show. It wasn't great by any means. So it wasn't like I didn't sit back and go, wow, that was awesome. I thought, hey, this feels like Dynamite. And the main event was really good. The rest of the card was just sort of okay, in my opinion. I didn't think any of the matches were much above a 3-star at best.
Everyone's got their own opinion. But
yeah, they do. But AEW has a... Yeah, but...
Probably I had English man to be a bit
when you have a... First of all, when you have a pay-per-view that big, people should know well ahead of time what those matches are going to be. That's how you sell tickets. Number two, they don't have... They have... Well, that too. But the other problem with AEW is they don't have any household names. They have no big stars. So the only people buying those... Not really. He's not a household name yet. A big star is somebody that's known globally. Somebody that's on the map. They don't have any. Their biggest star, still after 3 years, CM Punk's not there anymore. Chris Jericho is their biggest star. And that's a problem.
Well, maybe they had one, but they got rid of him.
Yeah. So now they have one. And they got to build others. And MJF is up and coming. But let's be honest, he's going to jump ship at some point. Then he's going to skyrocket. Yeah. He's going to skyrocket because he will do very, very, very well. Listen, if LA Knight is now one of the most over superstars on the WWE roster right now. I said WWF, did you hear that? It's still, for some reason, after all these years, seems normal to me to say WWF. I liked the WWF logo better too. Somebody recently said, why didn't they just add an extra thing at the bottom and leave the E attached to the W? That'd be cool. So he says, what the fuck, WWF? Yeah, sorry about that. We were going to talk about World Wildlife Fund, then we changed our mind. We're going to go back to wrestling now. we apologize. But MJF, when he hits the WWE, his career will skyrocket. Again, if LA Knight...
I didn't know he was a security guard,
yeah, his backstory is kind of interesting, isn't it? is kind of interesting. But here they are. They're going to try and push to 12 pay-per-views a year when they still haven't created any major stars yet. They have a hard enough time with the 3 shows too many they have of booking them consistently. They're still having issues with proper booking of their championships. They've become very lax and complacent with their women's division. They got a lot of work to do. I think they should stick with the ones they have until they iron out the wrinkles, then slowly add pay-per-views until you're up to 12. You know what I mean? But they're going to do what they want to do. It comes down to financial, too, right? They want to do what's best for business, and what's best for business is making money. And they can sell tickets, they can make merchandise, and other things by having additional pay-per-views for people to get excited about. I get that.
I don't know AEW Collision is tonight, isn't it?
AEW Collision is tonight, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, Froggy making fun of me because I said WWF. How dare you, Froggy? Looks like Jimmy Uso just got eliminated. So the Samoan Coalition down a member already. Oh! Lobo Dexter booted him right in the face. Alright, so back to that. That was my point. I think it's too soon to jump to 12 pay-per-views. I think it's something they should slowly build to. Slowly build to that. But they're going to do what they're going to do. So anyways, PW Insider pointed out that WWE and Hulu's contract extension may be about to expire as the streamer again lists its WWE content, except for the past few weeks of SmackDown replays. As expiring in 10 or 11 days on the Ryback show, the Ryback says... The Ryback? They're calling him the Ryback now? That's weird. You know, it says on the Ryback show, which is fine. The show's called the Ryback show, but they literally called him the Ryback. That's kind of weird for me. But anyway, I'm going to skip that part. I already said it, but I'm going to pretend I didn't. Skip it and just say Ryback said he smells like meat 24/7, so he's always worried that security dogs at the airport will try to bite him. I'm now trying to figure out why they put that at the bottom of the list for me to read. What? Who cares? Why is that even in there? They go from interesting topics of conversation like AEW moving to 12 pay-per-views, The Rock's return, Jade Cargill. At the very end, Ryback says he smells like meat 24/7, so he's always worried the security dogs at the airport will try to bite him. What in the blue hell?
He's burying elbows in the midsection.
I don't even know what to make of that. You, Luke? How do we go from AEW pay-per-view and Jade Cargill and The Rock to Ryback smelling like meat? Well, actually, I didn't have a big problem with Ryback. I liked him better when he was first up and coming, when he was Skip Sheffield. Remember, he was the cowboy character? Or the farmer, or whatever it was. I can't even remember now. I think it was a cowboy character. But anyways, I did enjoy him. And I liked the Feed Me More gimmick. With him, it's not his wrestling that was the problem. It was him that was the problem. You know? I thought Ryback was a fairly decent wrestler. He was actually over with fans quite a bit, too, for quite a while, too. But then he started doing and saying weird shit in social media. And then, of course, when he got released, he decided to slander the hand that fed him. You know? See, I don't understand the Goldberg comparison. He was nothing like Goldberg at all. There was absolutely zero about Ryback that was the same as Goldberg other than the bald head. So I've never understood that. They didn't wrestle the same. They didn't wear the same gear. They didn't do the same finishers. I mean, once in a while, Ryback did pop out a jackhammer, and I think that was just to get to the fans because of the Goldberg comparisons. And first and foremost, Ryback was a way better wrestler than Goldberg. Goldberg wasn't a good wrestler at all.
No,
but Ryback had a big mouth, and I think his ego got bigger, because you're not wrong in the sense that Ryback hadn't quite reached, say, main event level yet, but he was a strong mid-carder, and I think he could have built on that, but he just kept putting himself in the grave 1 foot at a time with things he was saying, and then when he left the company, he sat and slandered them and this and that. And it's like, okay, so you want other people to invest in you when you're trashing the biggest company in the world as far as pro wrestling goes. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, at least when AEW does it, they're doing it live on one of their shows, and at the end of the day, they're just advertising for WWE on their own show. And by the way, not only are they advertising for WWE on their own show by doing so, they're also creating interest and intrigue to check out what their programming is doing. WCW made that mistake once. WCW, so when when WCW announced that Mankind became the WWF champion, they lost over 1 million viewers because people changed the channel to see Mankind holding up the championship. You know, that kind of stuff never worked in the past. It doesn't work now. And I'll be honest, I don't care if it's MJF. I don't care if it's Adam Cole. I don't care who's doing it. When they start talking about WWE live on their show, I turn the channel. I don't...
It's just stupid.
It is stupid. Thank you. I know, right? And listen, at the end of the day...
Let me go on to someone else's stream, start talking about fucking like someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but AEW is not competition for WWE. Literally the only competition WWE has is themselves.
They could all said it.
If they really wanted to, they could take NXT, put it on a more reputable network like a Raw or SmackDown, and they could completely trash AEW every week. They just aren't doing that.
I don't think you can knock what AEW has done though when it's been formed.
I can knock what they're doing lately. I can't knock when the company first started and they were headed in a proper direction. They were humble. They hadn't done many shows yet. They were still building their roster. That I liked. When they started becoming WCW 3.0, I can't buy into that. I've already watched that gravy train with Impact, with WCW, and now I'm watching it with AEW. It's just...
I think the problem is it's giving people too much control as well, the wrestling.
Yes! Exactly, and
what does that spell?
You know,
WCW?
Unless your name is Chris Jericho or Daniel Bryanson or somebody like that, stop having your active wrestlers being part of creative, part of talent relations, production. They don't need to be there. They want to wrestle, they can wrestle. If they want to produce a show, then do that. But until you've wrestled for 25, 30 years, you have no business producing a show or having anything to do with talent relations.
It's like, don't give you
especially as full-time.
Control of everything, man.
Exactly. That's what became AEW's nemesis.
You tell me I'm going to go do what I want. Well, I want the fucking championship. I'm going to go do that.
Froggy says Vince has taken more money from WWE than yeah, I know, exactly. But NXT, if they didn't still want to, especially for storyline, utilize that as their development move, right? They could easily make that show as big as SmackDown or Raw. It's just a matter of putting it on the right network, the right time slot. NXT's never had that opportunity, which is odd because they still do really well, considering they don't have as big of a deal as Raw or SmackDown does with the network. Same with AEW. AEW doesn't, so what a lot of people don't understand too, AEW might have less ratings right now, but that's because they don't have a deal on such a large network. Because TNT and TBS aren't as big as they used to be. You know what I mean? People like ESPN, they like Fox, and not to mention that more legitimizes pro wrestling because it puts them within the same networks as other sports. People like that, right? Well, that too. So AEW, first and foremost, if they want to actually evolve, they need to stop worrying about WWE so much, start building their own talent, and move forward. They need to hire a new talent relation. They need to have new creative. There's some other things. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the 8-man Tag to Brag Elimination matchup from Team Golanola and Team Night the Undying and Froggy Mothlegs. The Wolfpack Horsemen pick up the big W, and they are your victors. Congratulations to the Wolfpack Horsemen.
Some of these old guys in the road, why Sting still wrestling in the 60s, man?
Well, that's another thing. I really feel like they shouldn't be.
He looks bad now. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I don't know why. that's happening.
I fucking love Stig.
All right, so you might see a matchup that seems out of place compared to the rest of the card, but if you've been paying attention to the Legends division, the Women's Legends division, you all know that the Junior Legends champion is Beth Phoenix. The Legends champion is B. Jackson, but three technically, that have been a real thorn in people's sides in the Legends division have been Trish Stratus and the Bella Twins. So tonight we're going to see Trish Stratus and Brie Bella go one-on-one. The winner will move on to face somebody for the Junior Legends Championship once this show is over, because of course right now the Junior Legends Championship again being held by Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix will be challenging B. Jackson. But these are two people that have been a real thorn in people's sides, especially in the Legends division. So we're going to see them battle it out. And then we, as a community, are going to decide who it is they're going to face for the vacant Junior Legends Championship after the show. But that's the next match of the evening. It is a one-on-one matchup between Brie Bella, looks like Nikki's coming in tow, and Trish Stratus. They're going to go head-to-head. What do you think? Trish Stratus or Brie Bella? Who do you think wins this? I'm picking Trish Stratus right off the hop. Infinite Oni, welcome in. So you're picking Trish Stratus? Because I'm telling you that I'm picking Trish too, but I will say the Bellas have been a real problem. They've won tag team championships.
But the Bellas seem to be quite good in this game, to be honest.
I know, it's crazy. But Oni, what do you think? The Bellas or Trish Stratus? You're going Trish Stratus?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't quite make you right away, so I had to confirm that. You just had a...
still hot, by the way, like literally, like...
Well, especially you consider she's pushing 50.
She is 50, isn't she?
I don't know if she's 50 yet or not. If not, she's close.
I think she's 49, 48, one of those.
I can't remember if she's my age or older than me. I can't remember. So I'm going to guess she's between 45 and 50 anyways.
Trish Stratus though is still fit. She's still hot, man. She's crazy. Like, she was beautiful back in the day, but she's still really nice now.
Yeah, well, like I said, especially considering she's aging, right? So.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next match of the afternoon, Trish Stratus versus Brie Bella. Again, the winner is going to be entered into the Junior Legends Championship matchup when that title becomes vacant after the show. We as a community will decide who either Brie Bella or Trish Stratus is going to face for that Junior Legends Championship. And of course, we do have a lengthy list of people, everybody from Jacqueline to Amber Extreme to Rose Brewer to January. We can't pick B. Jackson because she's the champion, so unless she loses her title later, we won't be picking B. Jackson, and I fully expect B. Jackson to defend her title later.
I don't think B. Jackson's going to lose the title.
Here we go. Trish Stratus versus Brie Bella. So when I was whoa, what the hell?
I mean, I would like this.
Holy shit.
So what happened there?
Wow.
It happens from time to time. Rivalries, so Brie Bella and Trish Stratus are a rivalry because of some of the things that have happened in the Legends division. But sometimes when there's a rivalry match, for some reason, they choose somebody else to fight in their place. I have no idea why they do that. It kind of screws.
Yeah,
it kind of screws things up for me.
I don't know if you want to go back and change it, but I mean, I do like Trish Stratus versus Awesome Kong, but.
We are not a tape show. This is a live show, so there is no editing of the broadcast, Luke.
Hey, yeah.
But anyways, the reason I left that match there, because I thought it was damn well convenient that they pitted the two, Trish and Brie, together, because again, the Bellas and Trish Stratus have been a thorn in the sides of the women's division, especially the Legends division. But now it's Awesome Kong versus Trish Stratus, so I don't know.
What I was meaning was on the game you can edit it, can't you? So like, you know what I mean?
No.
You don't know what I mean?
We know what you mean. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. We know what you mean, but it's not something we do. It's not something we do. It's kind of annoying because, again, the reason I left that match there is because it was fitting. It made sense. So I was like, hey, I'm leaving that one match. And now they've changed it. Now it is Awesome Kong versus Trish Stratus. All right, so who do you think, Kong or Trish? I know. I don't even know. I'm gonna go with Awesome Kong, I think. Actually.
I'm picking Trish Stratus.
You're still picking Trish?
Yeah.
Now, is that because you think she can beat Awesome Kong, or because you think she's hot?
Kind of
You are following the very best in fantasy wrestling.
Odie, what about you? Do you want to change your mind? Do you want to go Trish, or do you want to go Awesome Kong?
Wolves Den Grand Miss Boy 2012.
Yeah, me
The new
too.
jackpot number for a chance to win a channel redemption of your choice.
Yo, Grandma's Boy 2012, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. That was the wrong button. Welcome to the Fan Jam. Welcome to episode number 514. Appreciate you stopping by. This is our episode of Wrestle Wars Genesis, and we're simply adding some fuel to the fire. We're heading towards our next big SPV of 2023, which is a stream preview, of course, for those that are newer. TWA Revolution next Sunday night. It's going to be a thrill ride, and we're going to continue the road tonight. We got some championship matches. We just had a junior tag team championship matchup to open the show. We saw LDF become the new junior tag team champions. We just saw the Wolfpack Horsemen pick up a big win in 8-man tag team elimination matchup. Tag to brag is what we call it here. They were, of course, facing the Samoan Coalition, but it was the Wolfpack Horsemen that picked up the big W. Now, this was supposed to be Trish Stratus versus Brie Bella with Nikki in tow. And again, for those that know anything about the Legends division, in general, really, in the women's division, the Bellas have been a big thorn in people's sides, specifically in the Legends division, so I thought it was fitting that Trish and Brie were pitted to and slated to fight each other. But apparently the Bellas don't have what it takes, so they're sending in Awesome Kong as a replacement. It is now Trish Stratus versus Awesome Kong. Let's see what happens. Let's go. But anyways, I don't like this matchup as much as I did the Trish Stratus versus Brie Bella matchup. But it is what it is.
Canada's greatest export has arrived.
Can we send security to check on Brie Bella? I think we need to. Somebody should check on Brie Bella. I mean, either they're working together or Awesome Kong decided to beat the holy hell out of the Bellas. I don't know which.
The second one sounds more believable, honestly.
The second one does sound more believable, yeah. That's probably what I would invest in.
Actually, I'd like to see that.
What's this? Big WWE spoiler updates on AJ Styles' plans, John Cena, the Street Profits, and Bobby Lashley, and more. That's interesting.
I just saw how much
Awesome match.
Sorry, you hate it.
Awesome
As
match.
much time focused on their ring work as
Okay.
they do for
So I'm
standing
sure you
up
might
for
have
what
talked
they
about
believe
this earlier in the
and maybe
broadcast. I'm on a break
undefeated.
from work, actually, so I'm not going to be
Sometimes
here
a
long.
person's courage and character
But
speaks louder
I
than their
think I was like, I was in dog stream and I saw stuff on YouTube where The Rock is going to be at WrestleMania 40. I'm like, holy shit, Archer's right.
Yeah, I saw that too, and the first thing I thought is, oh, I was right. Unfortunately, I want to know what they're doing with Gunther, because I'm still up in the air on that one. I know there's several options and ways they could go with Gunther, but me personally, I think I want to see, well, I think The Rock is probably going to face Roman Reigns. That would be my guess. But I would like to see Gunther face the world champion, IC champion versus the world champion. I think that'd be, a great match. Yeah, WrestleMania 6 was indeed the last time they did it. Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, and that was of course live in Toronto, which I was there for. I was there for that. Yeah, great. That was a great show as far as hype goes. But if you go back and watch WrestleMania 6, the Warrior Hogan match was definitely overhyped for what we got out of it. But people were so excited that Hogan and the Warrior were in the same building. We're going to be wrestling in the same ring at the same time. Both titles were on the line. Nobody cared. It was pure hype and pure excitement. And man, did that building's roof ever blow off when those two came out to the ring. It was so fucking loud. I've said it before, like when I left that night, I could not hear properly for hours. Hours. It was crazy loud in there. The pops those two men got. Speaking of pops, man, did The Rock ever get a pop last night on SmackDown? I mean, I guess that's not terribly surprising, but it was, I mean, it was loud. It was a huge pop. Did you see it, Boney?
Modern world get a pop like that.
No.
Like, literally is there, isn't it? Like, you didn't wrestle anymore. How much of the impact is off as people?
I know.
All they do is play music, and you have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they have to do. Just play his music, and people will go nuts. Although, I mean, if they cue his music and he doesn't show up, I think the pop would quickly turn to booze. But what's that, Oni?
That actually happened before a long time ago. Shawn Michaels, I think he was in Montreal or somewhere, and he was talking about Bret Hart. Then his music played, and then it was just Shawn Michaels pulling the crank on everything.
Oh yeah! I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah, I think. Wasn't that, like, he was, I'm trying to think, was that during the Attitude Era? Or was that... That was the Ruthless Aggression Era? Okay. I actually enjoyed the Ruthless Aggression Era.
And when John came back from his back injury...
Yeah, that would have been when he returned, yeah, because he was gone for a few years.
He had a heel program with, like, Hulk Hogan for a bit as well.
Hulk Hogan, in my opinion, never really had that many great matches. It's funny because he's one of the most popular wrestlers of all time to this very day, and he's always remembered for his body of work in the WWF.
The only version of him I kind of didn't mind was the NWO Hollywood one.
I thought he had a better body of work in WCW than he did in WWE. I thought he had better opponents. I thought he had better stories.
Hollywood was just so much better than Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's funny because most people wanted to see Hogan turn heel, but then he finally does, and man, did that ever turn the wrestling world upside down. People weren't sure whether to be pissed. I mean, on the program.
Someone actually jumped in the ring to attack fucking Vernon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's... If you're going to jump into a ring... If you're going to jump into the ring and potentially place those wrestlers in harm's way... And I mean, you're jumping in with people like Scott Hall in there, that's craziness, right?
You jump in the ring like Hulk Hogan, got all these kind of massive guys, massive people.
But I remember the day that turned the wrestling world upside down when Hogan turned heel and the NWO was formed. They were throwing trash, food, and everything into that ring. I mean, it was full-blown, legit heel heat. It was awesome. But the funny thing was, when he was still part of WWF at the time, people were always talking how it would be awesome to see Hogan finally turn, much like they did with John Cena, except for eventually Hogan actually did it, right? John Cena's never going to be heel. Again, anyways.
He won't go heel again.
No, he makes too much money off of merchandise being a babyface. I mean, he's not the only person that remained a babyface throughout their tenure. You know, you had people like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, you had people like Bret the Hitman Hart, who never really had a heel or heel-ish gimmick until he was in WCW.
WCW didn't know what to do with them.
No, they didn't. I mean, again, you're talking...
Bret the leader of the NWO. What does that tell you about?
Oh, I know. Well, and I mean, eventually...
My friend told me about that. I was like, you fucking joking. I thought you were kidding. I was like, go look it up. He was the leader of the NWO. I'm like, nah, he wasn't. I looked it up and oh my god, he was.
Yeah.
Like, he actually was. And then he was over people like monster stuff and that. Like, not for art, man.
No, that's, yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I actually liked the Ruthless Aggression era. See, I'm one of those people, like, I enjoyed parts of the Attitude Era, but I'm not one of those people that think, oh, that was the best era ever. I actually thought the Attitude Era was so overrated it wasn't funny. And what do I mean by that? I mean by they pushed the same 12 to 15 people over and over again. A lot of people that deserved time on TV, deserved a push. They were put into a corner and either put in comedy, gimmick roles, or they were not even on television at all.
I think that's better than what we have now.
You know why people like the Attitude Era? Because Stone Cold and The Rock and DX and all of that stuff was at the height of its craziness and chaoticness during the Attitude Era. But
to me, that was the best ever done.
But there was no great. Yeah.
These superstars have
my favorite era was probably the New Generation.
New Generation era wasn't bad either, yeah.
I think the Attitude Era is better than the stuff we got from there, wrestling.
Well, the Attitude Era didn't see much wrestling, that's the problem.
What do you mean by that?
It didn't see much wrestling. The most you saw wrestling out of the Attitude Era was at pay-per-views. You go back and watch an old episode of Raw during the Attitude Era, and like 3/4 of the show is talking. And or doing stupid shit that some of it was mildly amusing, but a lot of it was just dumb. What they were doing with the women's division... What they were doing with the women's division during that time period sucked. You know? I mean, holy shit! That is it, that is all. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match... Awesome Kong picks up the big W over Trish Stratus. So Awesome Kong will now move on to fight for the Junior Legends Championship against whoever the community decides they want to see go up against Awesome Kong for the right to hold that junior title.
We're not saying you didn't like the Attitude Era.
I enjoyed moments of it. I didn't. It was overrated. There wasn't other than. Yeah, but you're talking about exciting wrestlers. You're not talking about great matches. You're not talking about great storylines. You're not talking about great TV time. That's a match at a pay-per-view. That's not the entirety of the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was primarily talking on a microphone. They trashed the women's division. There was seldom any good matches.
Women's division wasn't very good. I'll give you that.
There wasn't very many good matches, period, during the Attitude Era, except for at pay-per-views. That's what I hated about the Attitude Era. And there were so many talented wrestlers that got either let go and or pushed to the side while they continued to push the same 12 to 15 people so they could get up on the stage and say the same things over and over again.
I think I have to disagree on that. I can tell you many matches that were good on like a Raw that I've seen, like a Raw's War, like
yeah, matches, but you're not going to go and find an entire good show in the Attitude Era. I'm sorry.
The formation of D-Generation X, the one with Stone Cold fucking sprays everybody in the ring and that's like that's fantastic.
Yeah. But there were much better eras than the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was just overhyped because
I think that's way better than the shit you see on wrestling now.
I disagree because you're starting to see more wrestling now. I mean, if I want to see a 2-hour show where people are just talking, I'll watch a talk show. And again, I didn't care with what they did with the women's division. I didn't care for so many people that should have gotten TV time, did not get it. There's so many things that happened during the Attitude Era. There was lots of great things.
I don't get how you can't like Stone Cold The Rock.
Well, the Attitude Era is an era in wrestling where the people you're discussing are wrestlers. I like those wrestlers. They wrestled before, during, and after the Attitude Era. But the Attitude Era itself, as far as programming went, wasn't all that great. The wrestlers were, and we had big stars emerge, and that's what people remember about the Attitude Era. But if you go back and watch the Attitude Era as a whole, you're going to get a lot of shows that you'll see better AEW Dynamite shows. Period. But
I have one of bad shows, Gordy in every era.
But I just wasn't as big of a fan. I mean, I lived through it all. I watched it all. The Attitude Era was more hype than it was anything.
Was you a WCW marker?
No, I wasn't a WCW marker. I still preferred WWE product at the time. I mean, it was an interesting... I liked the 83-week battle where WCW and WWF went head-to-head in ratings.
I think the Monday Night Wars are the best time to be a wrestling fan.
The Monday Night Wars were pretty cool, yeah.
It was awesome. That to me is the best part of wrestling that I lived through.
But when I think about an era of wrestling, I don't think about individual wrestlers. that became stars. I think of the programming they delivered. I think of how they treated the talent and the different divisions within. And not only did they trash the women's division, they
doesn't really matter what area you prefer at the end of the day.
They also trashed the tag team division, and that I've always loved tag team wrestling, so I hated that too. But I mean, it was only recently, within the last decade, where they started pushing the tag team division again.
087, the number to win a YTV championship
matches. I think WCW is better than the shit you see now on fucking TV. That's just me. That's just my.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't like it at all. I'm just saying.
All right, so here we go. Moving on with the show. The next match of the afternoon is for the Women's Legends Championship. It is Beth Phoenix taking on B. Jackson from Team Honeybee Wrestling. Legends Championship is on the line, and I believe it is a Falls Count Anywhere match. No, sorry, it is a Lockdown matchup. Team Honeybee Wrestling putting her title on the line. That's the next match of the afternoon.
It's got to be B. Jackson, hasn't it? That takes the win.
Well, I mean, Beth Phoenix has been Legends Champion before. She just won the Junior Legends Championship not long ago, and she's defended it. But
if I was going to put money on it, I'd put B. Jackson to win the match.
I mean, I believe B. Jackson will defeat Beth Phoenix. That is definitely, that is my prediction. That's what I would bet on if there was a betting line open. Is I would definitely go with Sir Jack's going with Beth Phoenix. Froggy, Jack, Oni, what are you guys? What do you think? Beth or B? Which of the B's? Beth or B? But here we go. Women's Legends Championship on the line is a lockdown matchup. B. Jackson putting her title on the line against Beth Phoenix. Let's go. To be fair though, I am actually a fan of Beth Phoenix. I do like Beth Phoenix.
The following champion versus champion contest.
But B. Jackson's a savage. They did, yeah. All right, so our next article in the Dirt Sheets is by Mark Middleton from WrestlingHeadlines.com, and it's updates on AJ Styles' plans, John Cena, the Street Profits, and Bobby Lashley, and more. So we'll see what that's about. So WWE has announced AJ Styles versus undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Finn Balor for tonight's SmackDown. This is not confirmed to be the main event, but, well, that was last night's SmackDown, technically speaking. It was, yeah. But insider Better Wrestling Experience noted that a push to bring Styles back to a huge main event status will begin tonight. Well, it's about time. I mean, AJ Styles should always be amongst either the main event of mid-card and
hey,
or...
Archer.
Yo, Glenola's in the house. What's going on, Glenola? Welcome in.
Not too much. Didn't realize you were streaming this early today, so...
Well, it's a good thing, because I never stream. Anyway, so this is...
You know what I mean.
This is not confirmed to be the main event. But again, they are going to be making the swerve tonight to put AJ Styles back in the main event status. It was also noted that Styles, the Bloodline, and the Bloodline storyline will continue strong towards WWE Crown Jewel on November 4th in Saudi Arabia. So let me guess, they're going to put AJ in the Crown Jewel matchup in November against Roman Reigns and have him take a loss so that Roman Reigns can walk into WrestleMania as still champion. That, or they're going to have some sort of non-finish. Because it would be a shame to push AJ back to the main event status just to have him turn around and lose at Crown Jewel, you know, right before they head into WrestleMania season.
Ruthless Aggression era was great as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression. I actually really enjoyed the Ruthless Aggression era, and some of the wrestlers that came in, especially from WCW, like Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero.
Toothless Aggression was a great period of time.
The Toothless Aggression. Actually, a lot of people called it that.
From Buffalo, New York,
One wrestler in particular called it that.
That he did, yeah. So it was also noted that LA Knight will face the Miz in a rematch of their payback match, which Knight won. It was noted that Knight will also have a big night tonight, or last night. Again, this was written prior to SmackDown last night, so
I think LA's just like, I think LA's just so over at the minute, you can't knock the guy.
Oh, he is very over, yeah. He is very, very over.
What
your opinions on LA?
Are you talking to me or Glenola? Talking to me? I mean, I love LA Knight. I've watched LA Knight since he was in NWA and Impact Wrestling. He was Eli Drake, yeah. So I've been an LA Knight fan for a long time. You know what's funny is, and I've said this before, but I think it's funny how when LA Knight was in NWA and when he was in Impact Wrestling, people were so behind his gimmick and, oh, he should end up in WWE. Then he comes to WWE and all of a sudden people are saying, oh, he's a Rock and Austin ripoff. Which, no, he's not. I
still get that, but
no, it's just a silly comparison. I mean, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, his wrestling style isn't the same as either one of them. He doesn't behave in the same mannerisms. The most comparison you can make is maybe his voice.
The
fact, yeah, or the fact that he wears a vest, I don't know. I don't know where people get that comparison from.
There's the elbow drop, and it's completely different with the fucking Peter's elbow. So it's like, how can you make that comparison?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it. Anyways, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley are also set to get some heat tonight, according to BWE. As noted, WWE has also has the trio internally listed as heels, but fans have been cheering their recent segments since being put together.
I'm confused with the heels out there. I don't know where they're going with that.
Yeah, well, that's because they're internally listed as heels, and I think, they were being predominantly pushed as heels. But then people are cheering them as especially when they come out together, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I think it excited people because first of all, that makes they were supposed to be heels with Bobby Lashley, which pushes them in a different direction, and it kind of freshens up their tag team. It freshens up what they're doing a little bit. It's good to see heels. Like, it's good to see baby faces become heels become baby faces. Not too often, and because a lot of the times they flip-flop certain wrestlers back and forth too much, you know what I mean, to the point where the lines are all blurred. Yeah, I hate when they do that. And you need to have more baby faces than heels, anyways. Oh, Big Show was one of those back and forthers. Yeah, I mean, every other pay-per-view was being turned into a heel or back into a baby face.
Yeah, Big Show's actually alright.
I mean, I've always been a fan of Big Show. I like Big Show. I never cared for the name Big Show, to be fair. I know they weren't going to go with Giant because that was a WCW thing. They weren't going to just use Paul White. Well, they kind of did when he first came in, but I don't know. I just never cared for the whole Big Show. I don't know. I don't know. It was too weird. Yeah.
The thing is, he can actually do some things though, like as the great Charlie Khan. Other big wrestlers just can't do fucking anything. Orban is terrible.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I like the Big Show. The music, everything it worked so beautifully to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I just knew from the time when they finally brought him back as Big Show. I just knew with that gimmick, they were going to end up putting him in some sort of comedy role at some point. How could you not?
Paul White is actually real good.
His real name is Paul White. Yeah. One of the ideas that were pitched when he was still in WWE was to try and make the Giant the son of Andre the Giant. I mean, I don't think anybody was really going to buy that, but I remember reading about that, and I just thought that was silly. But now I believe Andre has a daughter, does he not? You have to fact check that.
So,
yeah, just fact check that. I'm pretty sure he does, though. So it looks like Santos Escobar versus 2023 WWE Hall of Famer and United States Champion Rey Mysterio has been discussed. John Cena is appearing on the Grayson Waller effect as of last night. And it was also noted that Cena will be saying hello to a few old friends on the show, which we now know, of course, was a backstage segment where he bumped into The Rock. And sadly, they hugged it out. It was indicated that Cena may have some interactions with Styles, but that was not confirmed, and I actually don't know if that actually happened. So, there's that as well. Aside from today's WWE headquarter cuts, word is that last night's SmackDown will be fun and dramatic, and which it seems like it was. I've only seen some of the highlights, but for the most part, it looks like SmackDown was a very, very good show.
Nice takedown,
and that's all they have listed there.
Yeah, he has one daughter. That was it.
Yeah, one daughter. I don't think she has anything to do with pro wrestling or anything like that, though. No, I don't think so. So we had an interesting thing happen, Glenola. So we had, and when I was creating and, you know, having, whoa, Jesus Christ, knocked her out with a kick to the head. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still Women's Legends Champion from Team Honeybee Wrestling, B. Jackson, puts another legend to rest and is going home with the Legends Championship.
I'm not saying anything against that.
Here's your winner,
No, I'm not completely surprised either. I mean, I wouldn't have been too shocked if Beth Phoenix had done better, or maybe even upset her. Wouldn't have been a complete shock. But B. Jackson is an absolute savage.
It's like a Hall of Famer, but she really is.
She loves that Legends Championship. We know this. We know this, right? I mean, it's been hard as hell to keep that title away from her. She's won it. She lost it, she won, and not only is she winning it and even regaining it at times, but she's going on these great runs.
I lost.
I mean, she's defended that championship quite a few times.
Exactly.
Not as many as Alan Severn. Alan Severn won the title and then went on to have 11 title defenses. So he had 12 wins in the Legends division in a row.
I'd love to see B. Jackson go against maybe going the Flavor is what I'm on. I don't know. That'd be good.
Well, you mean in the Legends division? Or just in general?
What's that? Who's in the Legends division?
Anybody that's in a Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. I think Mickie James be in the Legends division though.
She is in the Legends division. The only Blade Runner that is in the Legends division is Akira Blade. Because she became a Triple Crown champion. Well, actually, I believe. I'm trying to think here. Does Akira?
Probably happens, obviously.
I believe Akira right now is the Junior World Champion for the women's division. So she has definitely bigger fish to fry, but.
Even on my screen, the Blade Runners are fucking dominant.
Yes, Akira Blade is currently the reigning defending Junior World Champion, so she has bigger fish to fry at the moment. But I mean, that I would definitely be down to see a Akira Blade versus B. Jackson matchup. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun matchup. Or B. Jackson. I don't know. Has B. Jackson faced Rose Brewer yet in the Legends division? I'm trying to think, because there's another good matchup where Ashley Marie. There's a few different. Yeah, from Team AMC Me.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna. B. Jackson is just completely. I don't know. She seems unstoppable, to be honest, right now.
She's certainly on a different level. Yo, Variants of Strife in the house. What's going on, Strife? Welcome in.
This championship looks amazing with those blue around the fucking strap.
You talking about the Legends Championship?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. It turned out very, very well.
I could make a belt as good as that. Fucking hell.
Alright, so here we go on to the next match of the afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen,
Mickie James in action,
Mickie James is not in action tonight, no.
When I'm on the broadcast booth, she's not in action.
When you're in the, yeah. She was in action, was it a YTD live show or a TWA show recently? She did have a match. But anyways, the next match of the afternoon is an 8-man tag team elimination matchup, and it is for the TWA Wrestle Wars Genesis Tag Team Championship. We've got Damage Control, the Bullies, Skywolf, and we have the Blade Runners. It is going to be a hell of a slobber knocker. We've got Team Soul Embers, Team Girly Girl, Team Life is Great, and Team Sir Jack the Greatest, all going to battle against the Bullies and Damage Control. The question for you guys, who do you guys think walks out with those tag titles? Will the Blade Runners retain?
The new jackpot
will the Bullies pick up some more tag team gold? Or perhaps Damage Control? Skywolf has been champions?
TD championship matches, 0-8 skipping the rest.
Sorry for talking over
so variants of strife.
It's okay.
Together,
Sir Jack says Skywolf.
And our communities will remain strong by
Lolo,
our
what do you
constant
think?
support for one another's endeavors. With that said, with Skywolf.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one, isn't it?
I think I'm going to go for the champions to retain. I think I'm going to go with Roxanne Riley and...
This might test allegiances a bit, but Blade Runners.
You're going to go with Alice Blade. So we got the world champion. That's interesting, right? They are tag team champions, right? But Roxanne Riley also the television champion. Alice Blade is the women's world champion. They are decorated to the nuts. But
why am I going to go with Dakota Kai and fucking Io Sky for this? I don't know why.
You're going to go with Damage Control? I mean, Damage Control have been champions in the past.
I'm going to go for, I don't know, I'm going to go for the underdog.
Each team on there have held gold, including Skywolf.
None of them are really underdogs.
No, none of them are really underdogs. Now,
I'm still going to go Damage Control. I don't know why. I don't even like Damage. I don't even like Damage Control in real life.
You don't like Damage Control?
Nah, they're awful. They're awful.
I mean, individually, I like them as wrestlers, but I've never been a big fan of the trio.
I like Dakota, and Io's good, but I've just never been a fucking Bailey fan. I can't get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Bailey's hit or miss, I think.
Bailey's boring to me. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say next. Is I've always
like Bailey. That's what I mean.
I do find Bailey a bit boring. So I guess not.
Boring, heel face doesn't matter for me. I will say something though. It's a lot better than a Hogan. Hogan is awful, honestly.
Purchase your coffee cup.
Froggy says this might test allegiances a bit, but Blade Runners is who Froggy's calling for the victory here.
By the way, hello, Froggy Mothlegs.
Froggy is in the house. All right, well, let's get things underway, get the show on the go. It is time to turn and burn for the Wrestle Wars Genesis World Tag Team Championship. Skywolf, Damage Control, the Bullies, and the reigning defending champions, the Blade Runners. Let's go.
It's kind of one of those things, Bailey, for me, where I just can't get into it at all.
I'm firing the frogs here, Froggy.
Waits for catchphrase. I mean, Froggy is one of our more entitled community members. He just expects to be spoken to a certain way.
It could be worse, Archer. I've got other places that if I don't say that I'm finer than Frog's hair, they stop what they're doing to find out what's wrong.
Nice.
And,
well, I mean, it is something.
Me flat out says, "How are you doing, Granola?" And it better be finer than Frog's hair.
Yeah, actually, one of the last times I was in her stream, I don't know if you were already there or you came in right after me, but I remember she said that to you. Or if we got there at the same time, I don't know what happened there, but I was shocked because I was just talking to you, and you said you were going to do something, and then I hopped into AMC Me's because she had just fired up her stream not too long before that. I said, okay, I'm going to check that out. I jump in, and then Glenola's there, and I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, I remember she said, how you doing, Glenn? And it better be finer than Frog's hair. So, but anyways. Are you streaming later, Glenn? I was going to ask that earlier.
I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but if not, I am going to do a stream sometime tomorrow.
You're going to do a stream sometime tomorrow regardless? Okay.
But I may do one later tonight, depends how I'm feeling. I slept about 2 hours this morning and then kind of cat napped while riding in the car.
Fair enough.
Went and saw some family today. So
Now, out of curiosity, if you do decide to stream for a couple hours, will it be Red Dead time, or are you going back to Final Fantasy? What are you doing? Inquiring minds must know.
probably Final Fantasy.
Damn it.
I kind of want to. Okay, I might be convinced to do a hunting stream.
I mean, listen, I like watching you play Final Fantasy, but every once in a while, I gotta have that Red Dead. I mean, I gotta watch you shoot shit. We gotta go hunting. And maybe I might even, if you decide later to do so, maybe I might even join the broadcast.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm sorry, who did you pick for this match?
Red Dead with
Blade Runners.
You went with Blade Runners? Okay.
Yeah. More went with Roxanne Riley, but
You more went with Roxanne Riley? Junior Tag Team Champions making their way to the ring. The Bullies, Ronda Rousey and Sonya Deville. I got to tell you, a lot of the YTD Live and TWA Superstars have been really putting on some masterclass matches and surprising and upsetting some of the streamer team wrestlers. It's crazy.
I got one of the best women's division I've ever seen.
We have a badass women's division for sure. You know what? Actually, Luke the Gooner, I think the Gooner, Luke Ballmer, needs to go find a female counterpart to lure in to TWA to join and make that division even deeper. I mean, you've had the Gooner on scene for a long time now, but we've never seen a female superstar come out of your camp. That would be awesome.
Well, I've got Mickey James.
Well, you got Mickey James, yes, but I mean, Mickey James could perhaps have a partner even. You know what I'm saying?
I've made a call inspired by Mickey James as well.
Remember, guys, the title's
Now, if you were to sign a female talent, would you have a regular TWA star, or would you go on the hunt for one of your own?
I wouldn't want to give up Mickey James, obviously.
Well, no, you don't have to. You just got to keep claiming her. But I think you've got her for like another month, don't you? Her contract doesn't expire, something like that. And there's a new redemption, so you can do a 30-day claim, you can do a 60-day claim.
How many people can I have up to get all together, like?
Well, that's one thing we've never really discussed. You can have 2 streamer team wrestlers, and then you can claim other superstars. We've never really put a limit on it. People don't normally tend to claim 10 or 15 wrestlers at a time or anything like that, so it's never been an issue. But now that you mention it, we have a limit on streamer team wrestlers, but we've never made a limit on claims. It's never been an issue, so we've just never done it. Sir Jack says Red Dead with Glenola. Archer could join in on Red Dead, and then I would too. Yeah, you probably would, you bastard. Leave us all high and dry on the TWA broadcast booth, but you'll join Red Dead.
I love that LCW logo on the back of that, on that fucking dog. I love that shit.
Yeah, well, we have LCW, I believe we have ZWA, we have DWA, we have NPW, we have Queen of the Hive, we have the Turret Man, we have Mr. Finer Than Frog's hair himself, and then, of course, I believe Christian Cool. Oh, no, Joe Link is the other one.
Tag team action
Joe Link is the other one.
Elimination rules for this contest. A team is officially out of the match once a member has been eliminated.
And if anybody else wants their logos in the arena, on a turnbuckle, on the ring apron, on the ramp, or wherever you may want that logo, all you have to do, in addition to being a streamer team and already being a faithful follower, is subscribe. And with every subscription, you get a full month of advertisement for your channel every time we go live with one of our shows. Does a 1-2-6 win both jackpots? If so, we have both right now. I'm trying to remember who got.
It's close. I want to say it was 87 and 88.
It is 87 and 88. Somebody got close earlier.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, it was Strife. It was Strife that got it earlier. Was there something before that? I'm just going back a little bit here to make sure I'm not overlooking somebody.
There are some amazing and fun channels.
So do you want to subscribe?
Do we do what?
You use your own fucking subscribe for the
sliders? No.
Yeah, do you use that? These big artificial?
No. Everybody's maxed out. Not that I usually discuss things like this while I'm live. See, here's the thing. When you start talking about lag issues and games and sliders, it kind of takes the illusion away. Right? At the end of the day, we're trying to run an E-Fed promotion. So I know other people do it, and they don't mind blurring the lines and mixing the two. That's just things I wait till we're offline to discuss. When it comes to regular wrestlers, we just call them TWA and YTD superstars. Streamer teams have streamer team wrestlers, but we don't discuss the other things usually very often.
That's what I shouldn't have asked what them did.
Froggy says, I didn't even realize, I'm just going back in the chat a little bit. At one point he said, Solo slapped the goddamn ref, fire that man. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys ended up winning anyways. The Wolfpack Horsemen picked up the W there. Yeah, so Strife, it looks like you are in a spot, much like Glenola was not long ago, to win both. Because a 1-2-6 puts you less than 50 away from both.
I didn't know you were talking about this game.
Yo, Raka! I didn't know you were online this whole time. I'm offended. Well, I mean, that's why you should have your notifications turned on. So when we go live, you can enjoy the show in its entirety, Raka. That's not my fault. It is yours. How dare you? But welcome in, Raka. Raka, of course, one of the newest streamer teams to the Archers TV. Her superstar, Briar Rose, has already had an immensely successful start to her career and is currently the reigning defending YTD Academy Pure Wrestling Champion in the women's division. And Raka, Briar Rose is in the building tonight, so you're going to get to see her in action. Woo! Someone beat 36. Sorry, what? Hold on, I'm looking. Somebody beat 36 what? Oh, Glenola, somebody redeemed Johnny Joke. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I think I noticed it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you did.
I redeemed it.
I wasn't sure if you noticed that.
Yeah, well, I redeemed it, so I think I noticed.
Oh, did you redeem it? Oh my God, I missed that. Okay. How dare you laugh? Yeah, I didn't notice that. All right, well, I mean, whenever you want to do the Johnny Joke, that is up to you. If you want to save it for later, I do not care. That is up to yourself.
I have one right now.
Let's go.
Johnny and his grandfather are raising leaves in the yard. Johnny finds an earthworm trying to get back into his hole. He says, Grandpa, I bet you I can put that worm back in the hole. Grandfather replies, I bet you $5 you can't. Too wiggly and limp to put back in that little hole. So Johnny runs in the house, comes back out with a can of hairspray. Sprays the worm until it's straight and stiff as a board, puts the worm back in the hole. Grandpa and Johnny $5, grabs hold of the hairspray and runs in the house. About 30 minutes later, Grandpa comes back out and hands Johnny another $5. Johnny says, Grandpa, you already gave me $5. Grandpa goes, I know, that's from your grandma.
Wow. That was a little bit villainous, that one. But I liked it. So Rocco, what he means by that is, what's going on? What's new and exciting? That's just Froggy lingo. By the way, Glenola, tonight... Tonight, the master of the cosplay showed up with a new iteration.
Oh no! I missed a new.
You did. You missed a new Dex debut tonight, and he came out as the Galactic Traveler. And of course, we all know that he's traveled to different dimensions, different universes. He is Lobo Dexter.
Oh no!
And I gotta tell you. You know, I was saying earlier, I used to make fun of him all the time because he literally turned TWA into the largest epicenter of cosplay ever known to mankind, which is quite ghastly when, you know, you're running a wrestling promotion. You're not wrestling, we're not running a cosplay or a Comic-Con. This is a wrestling promotion, but it had been a long time because Count Dexcula had a hell of a run, right?
Oh, yeah.
A hell of a run, and is still reigning defending tag team champion. So, but it's been a while, so I have been curious. As I didn't say anything because I didn't want to, I didn't want to bait him, but I was curious what the next iteration of Poindexter might be. Tonight we got our answer. Lobo Dexter comes out with Alan Severn, War the Machine, and of course the Omega, Marshall Omega, to take on the Samoan Coalition, to which of course the Wolfpack Horsemen picked up the big W. Picked up the big W, they did.
You must not have caught my message to you.
The new jackpot number
no, probably not.
I sent you a message last night about War.
Oh, okay, I'll have to check that out. I will check that. Well, last night...
Yeah, I understand. No, I understand, believe me.
Last night I was not anywhere. Listen, I didn't even do the dark matches I was going to do because I ended up... I just got to a point last night where it was just time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And that was my answer because it's really hard for me to put into words how I felt after the conversation that took place yesterday. Then I still went to work for a few hours after learning all of that. And that just it got to a point where everything at work annoyed me. I actually got angry for a little while. And then people started to notice that my mood wasn't the norm of how I usually am, so they started asking me questions. And of course, the people these days, they always jump to relationship problems. And I'm thinking, does everything have to revolve around relationship issues? I mean, if you all need to have some therapy with your relationship, then have at her, but yeah, no, not the case here. Believe me, my relationship is as strong as an oak.
Well, that's why I apologize, and I was just trying to make a joke when I made that comment.
I mean, I did think it was funny.
Smuggles.
I just wanted to be clear that I just wanted to be clear that if that was the case, I just would have made that well known. I mean, I've got no qualms about discussing how great my sex life is, so not a problem. But no, that wasn't the case. It was just a really bad day, and I basically decided it was time to turn myself off for the day. So I did. Raka says, I'm doing well, working too much, playing at drunk hots with the team, watching women violence. Oh, okay, that meaning the matchup, of course. Wait a minute, you're playing drunk hots at work? Or just with the team and you're finished work now, just to be clear? I mean, I want to know, are you guys all getting drunk at work, and what is your job title? But do not tell us it is a nurse.
I'm waiting Rhea Ripley win to Green Mail reported to WWE.
Rhea Ripley did what?
Rhea Ripley win to Green Mail reported in WWE.
Oh, well, hopefully that never comes to fruition. You know, I know China became very famous for beating men in WWF, especially during the Attitude Era. Even won the Intercontinental title from Jeff Jarrett. I was not a fan of that.
I'm not really like intergender wrestlers.
It was just the opposite. I thought it was great, Archer.
I thought it did absolutely nothing for either one of them. I mean, it was violence against women, first and foremost. Second of all, Jeff Jarrett has always been one of the best wrestlers in any wrestling ring. A great storyteller. And all that did was take away from that. They could have found a way for China to somehow defeat Jeff Jarrett without actually beating him for that title. And that's crazy. I don't even.
Good in the ring.
Yeah, Jeff is fantastic in the ring. He's a great storyteller.
No, I thought it worked. It may not have done a lot for Jeff, but I don't think
it certainly did for China. No, it didn't ruin his career, but I don't know.
It built China. She's supposed to be this, monster of a woman that can stand toe-to-toe with the best of them.
Yeah, and well, they definitely pulled that proportion off.
So, you know, it built her, and I didn't think it lowered Jeff any.
Well, Jeff ultimately, that was the end of his career and tenure with WWF at the time, because he went to WCW, right? But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he go to WCW or TNA? I'm trying to remember now. He went to WCW first. Yeah,
for a while.
Yeah, because he was part of the NWO even.
Yeah, and then I believe him and his dad are the ones that started TNA.
They are. Yeah, him and his father started TNA. It was kind of a merger between them at the time and NWA. Because I remember Jeff went in and won the NWA title.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, that's a championship. The NWA championship. Like, if that company ever... wow! Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the 8 Vixen Tag Team Elimination Matchup and your new Wrestle Wars Genesis Women's Tag Team Champions from Team Soul Embers and Team Girly Girl. It is Stephanie Wolf and Ashley Sky. They are Sky Wolf, and they are your new World Tag Team Champions. Congratulations. Holy crap. I actually totally thought the Blade Runners might retain their titles there, but again, how many times have we said, actually Joe Link has been a big backer of Sky Wolf and Ashley Sky as of late, and how often have we said that they were the underdogs and they came out on top? Because this is not the first time they've been champions. So there you have it. Ashley Sky and Stephanie Wolf once again holding gold for Sky Wolf and, of course, Team Soul Embers and Team Girly Girl. Congratulations again. Big win over 4 great teams that were all going to battle for the right to hold the gold.
But I am sorry, Archer, I do not like those straps.
I mean, I don't know what your issue is with them. Yeah, I love them. Yeah. I love the look of those ones. It didn't look right with the junior titles, but those ones look fine.
You know, just the color of it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, well, most of the world titles have that color. Yeah. To be fair.
But just,
But anyways,
I'm more partial to the black, to the blue, sometimes the
black
red.
and blue straps.
Yeah, sometimes red, you know, depending.
All right, here we go.
Kind of the classical strap.
Change is good. Anyways, next match of the afternoon. This is for the YTD Pure Women's Wrestling Championship. YTD Live being featured on Wrestle Wars Genesis tonight. And look at these Vixen villains. First and foremost, Jezebel West, former world champion from Team James West, taking on Dangerous Amber Extreme from Team Joe Link. She's, of course, a member of the Outlaws. And they are both going to be gunning to try and dethrone the newest big success story in the women's division and new champion on the scene, Briar Rose from Team Rocca, putting her title on the line. What do you guys think? Who walks out Pure Wrestling champion? Jezebel West, Amber Extreme, or Briar Rose? What do you guys think? Tell me.
Is this a single fall takes it all?
It says on the screen, my friend.
Is this the main event?
This is full Scott Miller, so I was just double checking. I was just checking. Sometimes just do sneak in the elimination.
This particular match is Falls Count Anywhere.
Yeah.
So it is one fall wins it all, but it is Falls Count Anywhere.
That makes it difficult, but you know what? I think I am going to go with Briar.
You're going Briar Rose?
Yeah.
Wow, you know what? I'm a little surprised by that. I'll be honest. I actually thought you would side with Amber Extreme. I really did.
I thought about it. I think I'm going to go with Briar. I don't know why. I don't really have a reason.
And by the way, I apologize in advance for our co-main event of Wrestle Wars Genesis. That was Team Joe Link's doing. I think it is ghastly, but it is what it is. And we'll of course get to that in a few moments. I was given no alternative, damn it. It was a streamer team redemption, and management apparently liked the idea, so unfortunately it is what it is. And you'll see once we get there. We're about to hit the championship rounds next, so betting lines will be open for the next 3 rounds, if you guys want to place a bet on any of the matches. Okay, so, wow, you're going with Briar Rose. Okay, so Luke, who are you going with?
I don't know. I can't.
I got to tell you, I'm with you on this one. This one's a tough one. Jezebel West, world champion. Amber Extreme has been Grand Prix champion, tag team champion, pure champion, television champion.
I'm going for the champion to return.
You're going with the champion to retain. Briar Rose has been very impressive. You know, it's funny because Briar Rose, and I say this all the time, and I'm not trying to imply anything, or am I trying to push anybody's agenda, but Briar Rose seems an awful lot like a Wolfpack gal.
Yeah,
she does.
The way she looks at that.
The way she looks, the way her attitude, the way she moves around in that ring, she is a savage. It's been an interesting start to her career. She's already won her first championship. Let's see if she can retain it. This is her biggest match of her career against 2 juggernauts. So Jezebel West from Team James West. Amber Extreme from Team Joe Link, representing the Outlaws and the Toxic Outlaws. And, of course, the reigning defending champion from Team Araka, it is Briar Rose. That's the next match of the night. Falls count anywhere. Let's go. Yeah, it's a tough one for me. I would like...
Rose got to defend, I think.
You're going Briar Rose. Okay, so just to be different, and so James West doesn't get his feelings hurt, I am going to go with Jezebel West to upset both the champion and Amber Extreme.
No, that's shot, actually, to be fair, like...
You know what we need to do, Glenn? Seeing how Luke the Gooner is live on episode 400. Wow, I'm pulling a Curlady. On episode 514, I think... I think it is about time that we get a Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit from Team Luke the Gooner. Well, what do you think? We've never had that before.
What's it be?
So, Tree of Knowledge, damn it, Glenola, how dare you, sir. So, a Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit is you got to tell the community a story. That story can be complete bullshit, or it can be true. It doesn't matter, but they have to decide if they think you're telling the truth, or if you're giving us complete bullshit.
Now,
What is it? What does it have to be about? Anything.
Anything.
You can talk about anything. You can make it up, or it can be a story from your past. It can be a story about your dog.
You just want to make sure that if you have somebody walking behind you, they're not going to tell you that you're full of shit.
Yes, like when Boss Apollo first did it. That was hilarious. I mean, I don't want to keep talking about that too much because, of course, that situation that Boss was in kind of went south of the border. But
So I have to tell you something that's either true or actually complete bullshit.
And they have to decide if you're telling the truth or if you're giving them bullshit story. That's all you got to do.
Okay. That could be about anything. It could be about wrestling. It could be about...
It could be about anything. Yep. It could be about your dog. We don't care.
She knows it will take her very
Could be about
best
could
to
be
walk
about
away as champion.
I'm trying to think. I need to get back to you about... Ooh.
Yeah, you can get back to us. I mean, there's still 4 matches to happen, so you got time. In the meantime, let's see here. Where do I want to go? Okay, so back when the Archerverse 1.0 was first building and evolving, and we were still in the midst of deciding what kind of channel rewards we wanted to have and other such things. And we decided that it'd be fun if people could ban me from the broadcast. So we proceeded to create redemptions, different redemptions, title ops, bannings. I don't think we had the swear jar till a little bit later. I think that came in like 2.0, late 2.0, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
What does Rotten Food Channel
But
do?
we had to ban a host, and for a while, nobody decided to use the ban a host. Not one person had done it. So we were in the middle of a show. I can't remember if it was a WCW show during the day or if it was an episode of Wrestle Wars or Warzone or whatever show we had at the time. But I think we're about halfway through the show, all of a sudden I noticed that banning redemption popped up on the screen. Somebody had finally used it. And the person that used it to ban me from the show was the last person I would have ever expected to create that kind of villainy during the show and ban me from a match. And if anybody knows who J Negative Gaming is, he is now known as Anime J, but then he was known as J Negative Gaming. He's, of course, his wrestler on here is the Soul Man Jay Simmons. He's been around since the Archiverse 1.0. And it ended up being J Negative Gaming, a guy that helped promote us. He told people about our shows, made sure that every time we were there, he shouted us out and told everybody how much fun he had when he came over to hang out at the Archiverse TV. So he was amongst many people, especially Trigger Talk TV, KJ2294, and many others. We could name people all night long that helped Granola, myself, Kraken Skull, and so many others. But anyways, J Negative Gaming would be the last person I would have ever expected to try and create that kind of villainy, and I'll be honest, I never got over that. That was one of the funniest moments in Archiverse history. It was the very first time that ban was used. It was by J Negative Gaming. Yeah. So that's my tree of knowledge of rotten fruit. It is up to you guys to decide, especially those of you that know J Negative Gaming, or now Anime J. Do you think that is true, or am I feeding you complete bullshit? James West, did we answer that question for you, or did you not hear what we said? Just to be clear, because we can still answer that for you. I just finished with my story, but...
I'll tell you how I started liking my football team.
How you started liking your football team? Sure, you can tell us whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wait until people in the chat.
You didn't hear? Okay, so just give me 1 second. So James West, tree of knowledge or rotten fruit is something you redeem to have one of us tell you a story. Now that story can be completely bullshit. It can be completely the truth, or it can be a combination of the two. Either way, once we're done telling our story, you guys have to decide if it's bullshit, true, or a combination of the two. It's up to you guys to decide that.
But basically, right, when I was a kid, I didn't know anything at all about football. This is not American football, by the way. This is what you guys call, obviously, evil word.
Soccer.
Yeah. So I started to pick my football team. So anyway, I didn't even know anything at all about football. I seen them play one day, and because I was obsessed with the colour red as a kid, I picked Arsenal because they were playing red, and I've stuck with them ever since. I've been a fan of Arsenal my whole life, and that's the thing. I've never picked them. They were a kid. That's all we are.
I'm gonna say true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say true on that one too. I think that's a true story. So you got two different stories, guys. You got to figure if it's true or bullshit. The first one was mine, and it was J Negative Gaming that was the very first person to ever use the ban a host redemption, and he banned me from a match, which was, believe me, completely unexpected. Or was I telling you bullshit? Then you have Luke the Gunner telling us a story about how he first developed a love for European football.
Yeah.
And he now, of course, has... So how long ago was that, Luke? That was when you were a kid, you said?
Oh, I've been supporting Arsenal since I was 8 years old.
Since he was 8 years old. So the other part of that story is that he's been an Arsenal fan since then. So since he was 8 years old till... how old are you now?
I am 29.
29 years old. So for the last 21 years, he's been an Arsenal fan and did not waver that support. Froggy says true and true. So he thinks both of our stories are true.
If you watch my streams of that when I play football, the case I always use is Arsenal. I don't change the team. It's always Arsenal.
Since I've given some time, I'm going with true on yours as well, Archer.
If people want to pick the best team against you, I'm going to go Arsenal.
So Glenola also says true and true.
True also.
Jolik says true. Well, my story was true. It was J Negative Gaming. It was a very shocking moment. Actually, if you go back and look, oh yeah, I don't know if we have that episode because we only have from episode 100 up until 511. I think I have to add a couple of our shows and export them to the YouTube library, but I'm not sure if we have that episode. But it was a complete shock. I can't tell you, I was just completely beside myself. I could not believe, of all the people that might utilize that redemption reward, and much less become the first person to do it, was J Negative Gaming. It was crazy.
I remember that.
Oh my God. It was crazy. You know what I think?
Before I was doing before I got into the villainy.
I think from now on, what we need to do is either have a betting line or a poll when we do the Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit, and people can decide that way as well. They can participate a little easier. Because sometimes I think, when it comes down to things like, the nasty L word we don't like to talk about during shows, sometimes we're done telling the story and giving the answer just as they're hearing it, and or they've maybe missed it completely. But I think what we should do is when somebody does a Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit, we should open up either a betting line or a poll and let people decide that way. A poll. That way they don't have to spend their article bucks, yeah. That's a good idea. Double-handed choke slam bomb by Briar Rose. What a savage.
Also, why my name's Judah is also something with Arsenal as well. Judah is what Arsenal fans call themselves. That's why I'm called Luke the Gooner.
So they call themselves the Goons?
Yeah, Gooners.
The Gooners. Okay.
The Gooners are Arsenal fans if you look it up.
So they should call themselves the Goon Squad.
Fans call themselves the Gooners. That's what I am. So it's in my name, it's the Gooner. There you go. That's why I'm called Gooner.
Oh, baseball bat to the midsection. This match has been absolutely incredible so far. What a fantastic triple threat matchup this has been so far between Jezebel West, Amber Extreme, and Briar Rose.
I am also going to make an inspired. I will make an Arsenal to fire up some point rope to my second time to do this.
Now, do you have another team that you also like to watch? I know that we know Arsenal is your absolute favorite. There's no wavering in support there.
Arsenal, but there are other teams that I like that I don't support. If that makes sense.
Okay, so you just like every team as a whole, but your favorite is Arsenal.
Arsenal is the team that I support. The only one that I support.
But you'll watch others play.
Yeah. I like watching
enough.
football. I like watching Liverpool versus like Man City. It's a good game. I watch it.
Yeah. Now I won't ask Glenola because he's not a soccer fan, but what sport do you like, Glenola? Out of curiosity, do you have a favorite sport?
For watching, once in a while I watch football, American football. Green Bay Packers fan, but beyond that, not really.
I was a bigger football fan from about the late 80s until maybe the early 2000s than I am now. But that said, I was watching a lot of off-season stuff going on between all the teams, etc. And I don't usually pay attention to the off-season too much. This year I did. I'll be honest, I'm pretty intrigued about this season. This season's very intriguing as far as NFL goes. So I am paying attention, and I'm going to continue to pay attention. But it's the first year where I can claim to do that in many years. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my favorite football team used to be the San Francisco 49ers at one time. Now I don't really have a favorite football team. You said yours is the Green Bay Packers. I do like the Packers. I also like the Patriots. I can't say I so much like San Francisco anymore. They haven't really had a team in many years. Oh, if there's any San Fran fans in the community right now, I apologize, but San Fran has not had a decent team in a long time. But, no, I like the Cowboys. I don't have a favorite team. I do have teams I prefer to watch, but I don't have a favorite team anymore.
No, funny part about me being a Packer fan, other than the fact that I'm from Illinois, is I actually was a Bears fan for a couple of years, and then they got rid of Mike Ditka, and they did it by getting rid of.
Hold on 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, and still your YTD Academy Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Rocca, Briar Rose, is still your reigning defending champion. Congratulations to Team Rocca and Briar Rose. What a match. What a match.
Champion Britt the Necromancer.
Wow. All right, so now we are officially entering the championship round, so I will be opening up the betting line for the next match. So as soon as we get to that point, you'll have to give me a few moments while I set that up. But congratulations again to Team Rocca and to Briar Rose. That was the biggest match of her career. And she not only comes out on top, but she looks sensational doing it. That was falls count anywhere. One fall wins it all. That could have gone either way. All of them been world champions. Well, except for Rocca and Briar Rose. But she just picked up her first championship and defended it with that was amazing. What more can you say other than that was an amazing match for her? Because, again, that's the biggest match of her career. So, Briar is menacing and soon will pull some unwanted attention.
Almost like
JC when he came in, immediately winning some big-time gold. No kidding. Again, she's had one of the most impressive starts to her career out of any superstar wrestler that has joined TWA or YTD Live. She's undefeated. She became Pure Wrestling Champion for the first time a short spell ago, and now she has successfully defended that same championship. Again, against two savages in the women's division, against two juggernauts of Amber Extreme and Jezebel West, who have both been world champions, Grand Prix champions. That's amazing.
Undefeated for now.
Sir Jack says undefeated for now. YTD Dark match. Escanor versus Wolfman. Crimson Lockdown. Looks like we have ourselves a go-home happy match. Now, that said...
actually, don't do that one tonight, Archer.
Don't do that one tonight?
No.
Okay.
There's story related. It's story related.
Oh, it's all still building. That rivalry's still building.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at the RP, when you get a chance, look at the RPs, and you'll know what's going on.
All right. Here we go. Next match of the afternoon, and of course, this is the beginning of the championship rounds, but this is going to be a barn burner. It's for the Wrestle Wars Genesis World Tag Team Championships. We've got Golden Baby, Adam Cole, and Kenny Jackson from Team Honeybee Wrestling taking on Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Bret the Hitman Hart, and of course we got the Iceman in tow. It is the Hart Foundation putting their titles on the line against Golden Baby, who have been YTD Academy Tag Team Champions, they have been World Tag Team Champions, and they have been Junior Tag Team Champions. They are looking to dethrone the Hart Foundation. They too just won gold for the first time in a long time, a short spell ago, and have successfully defended those titles. It is time for Golden Baby to step up to the plate and try to swing for a home run and try to dethrone the reigning defending undisputed champions. The question is, can they do it? Will the Hart Foundation prove to the world again while they're one of the best teams and factions of all time, or does Golden Baby head back home to Team Honeybee Wrestling wearing gold around their waist one more time? Glenola and Luke, what are your thoughts on that while I open up the betting line?
I think this looks like a banging main event. I think this looks like some top quality teams here. But I've got to go for the Hart Foundation because I just love the Hart Foundation.
One of my favorite teams of all time.
The Anvil Neidhart for obvious reasons, and Bret the Wet Man Fart. I mean, the two of them together.
Bret the Wet Man Fart.
Yeah, what more can you ask for?
You can't diss it, brother.
Oh, there's a long story to that. I forget exactly how it went down.
I don't know how it went down, but Archer did that on a show one night.
Impressive wins.
Archer called him Brett the Wet Man Fart.
And I can't remember if I just got tongue twisted or if I did it to get it cool. I can't remember exactly how that went down, but
I don't remember. It was just. So I pick on him ever so often about it.
How the fuck did you get that mixed up?
I have no idea. I really don't. All right, so here we go. Golden Bebe versus the Hart Foundation for the Wrestle Wars Genesis World Tag Team Championship. It is an elimination matchup. Let's go. It is showtime and go time.
Since I am basically Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I have to support him.
All right, so what do we got here? We'll say 10 minutes to make your bets.
What was that, Luke?
You've got no fucking choice.
Yeah. Well, honestly, an Archer can vouch for this. He has seen my picture.
Chance to win a channel redemption of your choice.
That's he does. He does. If he was to start pumping some iron, he would look just like Jim the Anvil Neidhart. But at very least, he could pass for his brother. All right, so the betting lines are open. You got a little less than 10 minutes to make your bets. Who do you think's going to win this matchup and walk home with tag team gold? Is it going to be Golden Bebe picking up more gold for their team, or does the Hart Foundation continue to shock the world and continue that title reign? And they are currently undisputed. They've won the titles and defended them. I don't know. Tough one for me. Hart Foundation is my favorite team of all time, but Golden Bebe might be my favorite team of today, if that makes any sense.
The only problem supporting the Hart Foundation is that means I gotta support
Christian Cool,
Christian Hart,
and Christian Hart. Yeah, you got to support Team Christian Cool and Christian Hart.
That's
I'm gonna go with Golden Bebe to upset the undisputed champs. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm cool, baby.
Okay, so I need to grab myself a beverage quickly. So in the meantime, I did redeem a Johnny joke.
Did you?
I just did it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to step away from the broadcast booth, but Luke the Gooner and the great Glenola have the show well in hand. You're in safe and good hands while I'm gone. I'm just going to grab myself a beverage. If you want to tell a joke as well, Luke, feel free to do so. Anybody else in the chat, if you want to tell some jokes, myself, Glenola, or Luke, or all of us will read them live when I come back. I'll be right back.
Right. So there, Gordon.
Here.
Remember, guys, the title is on the line here in this one. And I don't remember the last time the champ was in this much jeopardy, Cole. Tonight might just be the night
Johnny
the title
joke
changes
here.
hands.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 428 pounds. The Bar.
Adam Cole,
And
baby.
their opponents at a combined weight of 516 pounds.
Little Johnny come home from school to note from his teacher, indicating that Johnny seems to be having some difficulty with the differences between boys and girls. And his mother, please sit down and have a discussion with Johnny about this. Johnny's mother quietly took him by the hand upstairs to her bedroom and closed the door. She said, "First, Johnny, I want you to take off my blouse." Johnny unbuttoned her blouse and took it off. She continued, "Now take off my skirt." He removed her skirt. "Take off my bra," which he did. And now, Johnny, please take off my panties. When Johnny had finished removing his mother's panties, he said, Johnny, please don't wear any of my clothes to school anymore.
I look for them to come out of the gate strong. This match is not going to end so soon. Spectacular athleticism. Adding a little flair to a damaging impact. Quite the showmanship.
I got another one set up for Archer when he comes back.
Adam Cole getting tagged in here. Bret Yip and out of side from cross body.
Hooked up. Ah, shin breaker.
And Bret Hart. Looking for the knee. Oh, forward from the knee. Bret Yip and Hart. And Adam Cole going off the ring here.
And targeting the leg there. And he hightails it to ringside. It certainly has to be piecing
back
together
to
a
drop
new game
into the
plan
knees
now.
of Bret. Oh, but it's got, oh my God, the anvil's tough down. Adam Cole taking out the anvil. And the referee's trying to speed up the count. But the Hitman gets back into the ring.
Swinging neck breaker connects.
Bret Hart and the Archer there.
Powerless position to be in right
Swinging
now.
neck breaker.
Targeting the throat there. And tagged in is
Oh, onto the rope. The anvil, lucky dog. Tag it in, give the anvil. It's that of Natalia. Right to the eyes by Cole.
This duo working very well together. Incoming. Beautiful double team. They finish each other's sentences. They finish each other's
off the
moves.
rope into
That's
the knee.
tag team excellence
And
right
sends
there.
the anvil on the
He
ground.
retaliates. Taken down to the canvas. Elbow drop.
Takes down by the anvil. The anvil.
Oh, this is just
Keep
too
going.
far. Get some control in there. Oh, look at this aggression, just pure brutality.
Talking my life out of him now.
The face has been planted. Counters that. Big overhand. Neidhart
Going
retaliates.
kind of going LCW style on the Archer there here.
Challengers a little worse for
Give the
wear
anvil
now.
going for the atomic job.
Boom!
He's doing his tag it into the anvil.
Here we
Throws him
go.
into the
Oh,
corner.
double team action. Little
And he
strike
tags it
force.
Adam Cole.
Mushroom
And
stomp.
baby's looking to go.
That's gonna hurt.
That kick. Ah, that's stomped at the edge. And the
Able to get
anvil's
there in
out.
time.
Anvil looking to forward, release the Hitman. And here he is. It's
Catching
Bret.
a drop kick.
Adam Cole forward a diving missile drop kick. And I've got an advert, so I cannot commentate
Burying
anymore
elbow
at the
from
moment.
midsection.
On my screen, I've got 7 adverts. Sam's looking at
I have returned. Sorry about the delay. I
Avoided.
actually may or may not have visited the facilities on the way back with my coffee.
We're running a little bit of commentary there for you.
Oh, you did a little commentary? Excellent.
Yeah, I was doing it LCW.
By the way,
a little
Luke,
bit while you were gone.
For being one of the... Is this the first time you were on the broadcast booth? Or have you been on once
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
It is, okay.
First
So the
time.
first time on, you've done very well. Sometimes people come on the broadcast booth, they're not exactly sure what to do, and they get tripped up or they get confused by what's going on. You've kept conversation going. I know you were worried about talking over me. Dude, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
If you don't talk all over me at some point, I will talk all night long. Right? There you go. See, there you have it. You've done a beautiful job as a co-host tonight. I just want to point that out. So thanks for being here, first and foremost. Glenola, before we get back into any other discussions or we talk about what's going on in this match, I have a proposition for you.
Quick reaction to Hart there.
I have a proposition for you, and this will benefit our entire community.
From the ring.
I want to make a deal with Glenola. If Glenola decides to stream later and give us a little hunting time and play some Red Dead Redemption and lets us have a little fun watching him shoot shit, later tonight when Glenola is done, I will run a pop-up Gold Rush tournament for the vacant Women's Junior Tag Team titles and for the vacant Junior Grand Prix Women's Championship immediately following Glenola's show. So you'll go from here to Glenola, back to here, and we're going to have a nighttime full of fun. That is my deal. That is my proposition. Sir Jack says, I'll believe it when I see it. Somebody ban Sir Jack, please. Can somebody please ban Sir Jack? I would appreciate that.
When did we start banning Sir Jack for telling the truth?
But that is my proposition. If you
I'll do Red Dead.
You'll do Red. Okay, you all heard it. Glenola's gonna do some Red Dead. When he's done playing Red Dead, I will run another show. We'll have a Gold Rush tournament, and we'll award 2 of our junior championships to victors tonight. It is a very sick game. Actually,
it's still very good.
I really liked the first one. I've never actually played the second one, but just watching Glenola play it makes me want to play it. And I'll be honest, I have watched a few other people play it. It's a beautiful game. It's a very beautiful game. A Gold Rush tournament for Red Dead. Exactly. That's my proposition. If he plays Red Dead, we have ourselves a tournament later tonight. Now that tournament, obviously, we're still going. It is what, 20-9 my time. So by the time Glenola's done streaming, it'll be after midnight. So we'll be starting the tournament late, but we will. I promise you, we will run a tournament later tonight. Thanks to the great Glenola.
Just to let you know, Archer, do not put Wolfman or War in the tournament.
Well, being the fact that they're both males, that would be difficult. And people would really question my...
women's.
Yes, the women's junior tag title. So the men's junior tag titles was awarded earlier tonight. It was
don't
LDF.
Put in Jennifer. Jennifer is otherwise occupied.
Jennifer Wolf is occupied as well?
Yes.
See, we need to start having more team meetings, because I did not know that some of the Wolfpack members were busy lately. They must be out promoting, and I did hear, this could be a rumor, but I heard Alan Severn was up for a role in a movie. I don't know what's going on with that, but lots going on with the Wolfpack. You never know. It is craziness.
There's definitely a lot going on.
You think?
From a lot of different angles. But then what else is new? You know?
I got to be honest, I'm very impressed with this match.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have been going back and forth, very evenly matched. I mean, aside from Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who isn't exactly the world's greatest technician, but he's a powerhouse and he is an animal. I'm surprised they didn't call him Jim the Animal Neidhart as opposed to the Anvil, but the Anvil came because of the power the man had.
Yeah, I
was thinking of getting a Brian Tillman for my stream because I have all the Heart Foundations for him.
Yeah,
I was like, why don't I download a Brian Tillman and just complete it?
That's not a terrible idea. I would love to ink Brian Pillman to a contract. The question is, can he be found? Brian Pillman's a hard guy to find these days, especially considering he's, traveling. He's traveling between realms. The one I would love to have on my roster, but never will, is Chris Benoit. I would love to showcase Chris Benoit just because he was a great wrestler, a great champion, but I'm not willing to anger anybody or offend anybody because they come to the Archerverse TV and see Chris Benoit in a ring. I know some people don't mind, but...
The thing is, am I wrong for having the guy on my stream in 2K22?
I mean, there's no right or wrong, right? I'm not saying you are. I don't mind, but I'm just saying there could be people that when they tune in and see Chris Benoit, they might be turned off by that because they're thinking, why are you showcasing... Yeah, so... I'm one of those people. I've been a wrestling fan a long time. I'm one of those people that still like to talk about his accomplishments. I mean, I can separate who he became and what he did from what his accomplishments were prior to that.
Oh, look at some out of that.
I mean, again, he's one of those people where, we always talk about Ric Flair, we talk about Bret the Hitman Hart, we talk about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, some of the best wrestlers that ever stepped and laced up a pair of boots. But if you ask Bret the Hitman Hart, Chris Benoit Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, or amongst three, he really talks about being fantastic technicians and storytellers. Now, Rick Rude...
People Chris Dunbar, and he once saw Michael's bottom main event. This could be one of the best matches I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was a good match. So, what were you going to say, Glenn?
I was going to say, Chris had the in-ring technical skills of a Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
With charisma.
Yeah, with charisma.
You're going to bring up Lance Storm. As Lance Storm with charisma.
If Lance Storm could have developed some charisma and somehow made it work, that guy could have been a world champion. But as it is, yeah.
I love technical wrestling.
He had the charisma of a dead gnat.
I don't know, I think the dead gnat might have more charisma.
The dead gnat might have more charisma. You might be right about that, actually. You might be right about that.
I love technical wrestling.
Wrestler of all time is Bret Hart.
I don't think anybody, including Ric Flair, disagrees with that. But Bret Hart disagrees with that. One more person, now, it's his brother, but one more person he said may have become better than him over time is Owen Hart. I don't know about that. I'd have to, we'll never know.
Owen was good, though.
He was very good. And that guy could easily mix up high flying with ring technician. He was also tough as nails. He was a great worker, such a great worker. I remember the first time I ever saw him live, he actually came to my hometown back when they would still do shows, but our venue is so small now, they scoff at us now. They don't even want anything to do with us. Not even TNA or it's Impact now. Not even Impact or AEW bothers us. But back then he came in as the Blue Blazer. Does anybody remember the Blue Blazer gimmick he would do from time to time? So he would do that because he didn't want to come out at house shows as the Rocket Owen Hart, because that was something they were saving for live TV, etc. Right? Well, actually, back then it was recorded TV. We just called it live TV, but yeah. They'd done other stunts like that before, but I still to this day, people already loved the Blue Blazer. They already loved Owen Hart, so why did they need to... Wow, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the match by countout. Golden Baby from Team Honeybee Wrestling. It is Adam Cole and Kenny Jackson picking up the big W via countout. Unfortunately, you cannot win the championships via countout. So still your reigning, defending, undisputed TWA World Tag Team Champions,
here are your winners,
the Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart. But congratulations to Golden Baby. That was a very impressive matchup with the undisputed champions. I got to tell you, I want to see them run that back. I want to see them run that back. And here's another thing.
I want to see the match again.
Here's the other thing, and it showed us before we started the match. And we talked about it at the beginning of the match. This was supposed to be elimination. They just got a count out, which means it was a 1-fall wins it all. What the hell happened there? Is Bret Hart pulling strings again?
I want my money, Archer.
Oh, payout. Yeah, you swine. It just ended, man.
Because the Hart Foundation bet gets the payout.
That's true.
You said who walks out with the world titles.
That's true. You know what? With the way I worded that, I do have to issue that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. I'm going to have to do that. Just give me a second. No, you're not wrong. I'm going to do it.
I know.
So here we go. The Hart Foundation still the reigning defending champions. I did say who walks out. I didn't say who wins. I said who walks out with the titles. Glenola is not wrong. So the people that walked out with those tag team titles, the reigning defending champions from Team Christian Cool, the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. 1,940 Archer versus Bucks being distributed. And I will. It was a fantastic. That's what I said. I want to see them run that back at some point.
I think you've got two teams with fucking talent and fucking wrestling. It's like,
all right, here we go. Co-main event of Wrestle Wars Genesis, and this is all Team Joe Link's fault. Just for the record, management had nothing to do with this. Archer had nothing to do with this. But it is Elijah Archer, the one, the Legends champion, challenging Mick Marvelous, a.k.a. Mick Marvel from Team Mick Marvel, for the TWA Wrestle Wars Genesis Television Championship. That is next. And I'm going to open up the betting line right now.
I know Mick Marvel very well, so...
You know Marvel very well? I mean, he's been absolutely sensational since taking a contract. He is now a two-time television champion in his short but very illustrious career.
5 years on Twitch, 6 years.
Oh, this sucks.
So I'm changing my verbiage here. Who wins?
I know Marvel, honestly, like about 5-6 years on Twitch. He's one of my buddies.
Man, this really sucks.
The TWA Television Championship.
Obviously, with our stream as well, LCW versus AUNW, like that was fantastic.
Is it going to be the one Elijah Archer, or is it going to be the reigning defending champion, who has already defended that championship? Both reigns, he had a title defense.
Like for me and Mick Marvel to put together an invasion angle was extremely difficult.
All right, so is it going to be the one Elijah Archer or Mick Marvel walking out and winning that champion? I did not put walking out this time. I put who wins the television championship. This is a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup. So I'll give you 10 minutes to make your bets. And there we go.
I'm going to go for... don't shoot me, go Mick Marvel.
You're going with Mick... Don't shoot me, Mick Marvel. Dude, I have literally myself bet against Archer. I'm not even gonna lie.
Unfortunately,
title match. Mick Marvel's just like some sort of fucking like invincible god. It's just like I don't get it.
Well, he seems to really like that television championship. I got to tell you that much.
I gotta do something that I hate doing. I gotta root for Elijah Archer.
Froggy says, "God damn it, Glenn."
He must have been one of the ones that put money on.
So listen, I'm gonna throw this out here right now because, first of all, I don't think Elijah Archer has ever been a double champion. He has a hard enough time hanging on to one championship at a time, believe me, in his career. Lately, he's been doing fantastic. He has had so many defenses of that Legends Championship. He's really beat some notable names in the Legends division. He's doing fantastic. But when it comes to the regular divisions, it's not necessarily the same story. But he has never been double champ. If he wins this title from Mick Marvel, Elijah is calling out Gunther to try and become a Triple Crown champion for the first time in his career. I'm just going to throw that out here right now. If he wins, one of our go-home happy matches will be Archer versus Gunther to try and become Triple Crown champion, because it's never happened in the history of TWA. Like I said, he's never even been a double champion. He's had one championship or the other. Most of the time throughout his career, Archer has always been more enthralled with the tag team division, the coalition, building the faction and winning the tag titles. He has had singles championships. If I'm not mistaken, he's only ever been the world champion once. Is that right?
Something like that.
I think he's only won the world championship ever once. So, if he somehow wins this match, and I'm not saying he's gonna, so do not make your bets based on the fact that he's already a champion. Believe me, that doesn't matter when it comes to Archer. But if he wins, he is calling out Gunther for that Pure Wrestling Championship from YTD Live. Archer's gonna go for the Triple Crown status if he wins. But anyways, you're going for Archer. Luke, you said, are you going for Mick Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one for Mick Marvel, one for Archer. I mean, I at this point really want to see Archer win, but I just don't know. I don't know.
You know when you know your guys kind of not going to win the match, you can have feelings. It's like
I'm gonna pull a Boss Apollo here. I'm pulling a Boss Apollo here. I'm gonna say I want to see Archer win, because it'd be the first time ever he's been a double champion, and he's going to challenge Gunther if that happens. But, on the other side of the coin, Mick Marvel has been and no pun intended, but he has been marvelous. He is a 2-time television champion. He's defended the championship more than once. He's on an absolute tear. I'm going to put it, if I'm putting my money on somebody, I'm putting it on Mick Marvel. But let's find out, shall we? Time to turn and burn. It is showtime and go time for the Wrestle Wars Genesis Television Championship. The one Elijah Archer versus Mick Marvel. Let's go.
This is going to be a hell of a match. I don't think you guys have faced off on my stream ever.
They gotta be,
this is something that I would love. I'm gonna love
the following champion versus champion contest is a 2-out-of-3
champion versus champion contest.
And it's for the television.
Who, Archer?
Wolfman,
Yeah.
If Archer wins, Wolfman's gonna have to let him have a title.
I mean, he has no choice anymore. There is no exploded championship anymore. Which bodes very well for Archer. I mean, he's lost didn't he lose the world title because of that?
I think so.
It was either the world title. I believe he's also held the YTD Academy Grand Prix Championship once. It might have been that one. I can't remember. But either way,
I just know Wolfman has stripped him of his title more than once.
He has, yeah. He has. Archer's lost a couple titles due to that exploded championship.
No,
not this time, baby.
It's because, the Wolfman discovered information and they stripped him of his title.
Fair.
Used his controlling interest to strip Archer of his title.
He was a savage. Archer holding that Legends title proud above his head, as he should, if anybody's been paying attention. And if not, you really need to go back and check it out. Archer has, in fact, been on a tear in the Legends division. He's had, let's see, so he beat Mr. Perfect, somebody that nobody was beating for that title, because Mr. Perfect had defended it 2 or 3 times. So he beat Perfect. He beat the Nightmare Damien. He beat Shawn Michaels. He beat Triple H. Did he not just beat Psycho Sid as well?
I think so.
We'd have to check YTD Live, but I think he just beat Psycho Sid, so he's on a tear. He really is. He really likes holding that Legends Championship. But this isn't for the Legends Championship. This is for the Television Championship.
Apparently the one is
it is not YTD Live. It is Wrestle Wars Genesis. Mick Marvel is the champion. And he's a formidable champion at that. And speaking of, here he comes. The reigning, defending, undisputed TWA Television Champion, Mick Marvel. Man, does he look beastly.
He just doesn't.
He looks like a psychopath. I mean, I thought Kyle O'Reilly.
This is his second attire.
I thought Kyle O'Reilly looked fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing Mick Marvel like that. What the hell?
This is like his alter ego.
It is definitely his alter. So he's like a Finn Balor in a sense, or a Bray Wyatt, or yeah. He used this for his war games. Because Archer needs that right now. He's trying to become a double champion for the first time in his career, and he's got to go up against a Demon Savage. How fair is that? I don't think that's fair.
I just thought, like I said, I've known him for about 6 years.
He did not pick a fight with the alter ego. He picked a fight with Mick Marvel.
I think it's totally fair.
He's a good guy, but you can definitely check him stream out if you can.
Mick Marvel? Yeah, actually, can we get a shout out for Mick Marvel?
Check him out, man.
Yeah, even if we do a special shout out as well. I like the special shout out. You can't issue the shout out as many times as you can our custom ones, so we like to do both. But I do like the special shout out because it gives people a chance to follow them right on the live stream.
He's just a good friend. He's a great friend of mine. Like, he's helping with a lot of else.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in.
And thank you for the shout out for Mick Marvel. Appreciate that. Do we have any other shout outs that need to be done that I've missed? And by the way, so far Strife is still in the leading to win both redemptions.
Minnesota, weighing in at 226 pounds.
Getting ready for a liar out here.
Let's see what numbers I get. I haven't played at all.
Champion, the Saints, Mick
Marvel.
153, unlucky. He does. I know. That's what I'm saying. And 893, both unlucky. So anybody that's newer to the stream, I also play the jackpot. If I win, I usually award that to either the next person to me that was closest to the numbers, or if nobody was close to the numbers, I choose a winner. Unfortunately, tonight, another night of unluckiness for me. So you guys, it's up to you guys to win those awards. So far, Variance of Strife is in the leading to win both at the same time. Something very few people have done, by the way. Glenola has, on a couple of occasions, done that, though. Actually, probably more than a couple. Probably more than a couple, to be fair.
Fist directly to the gut, right across the face.
Oh, takes Archer down. Cross face applied early on. Mick Marvel looking to tap his ass out, but Archer's like, fuck that shit.
Oh, it's not gonna be good. This is not gonna
Nice retaliation right away by Marvel, though. Archer didn't even get a chance to retaliate. Marvel grabbed right a hold of him. Brain buster for Archer. And a 1 count for Mick Marvel. Oh! What the hell? The agility and athleticism of Mick Marvel coming out strong. Wow. Archer's having all kinds of trouble early on here.
If the match can end anywhere, then it's crucial to try to
It is the co-main event.
where you want it to go.
Okay.
You can literally pick your preferred battlefield. It's just
12 seconds left to make your bets if you want to.
Yeah, I am like the English Jim Ross.
You're like the English Jim Ross?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun to have somebody that was just like Jim Ross from the UK and be on the same broadcast. Be part of the color commentary team with Jim Ross. Could you imagine? That'd be weird, right?
This one is headed outside, guys.
All right. I don't think there's really a whole lot of additional really interesting information that we don't already know that's going on in the dirt sheets. I do have one last article I want to touch base on just because I found it very interesting. It's from WrestlingNews.co by Michael Schrute, and it's Jon Moxley reveals what Vince McMahon told him during their last conversation. So AEW Jon Moxley recently was interviewed on the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast, and Moxley talked about the damage traveling takes on his body over the years. So, and this is a quote, it says, "Nothing to me is worse or does more damage than traveling. For years it was like traveling was my job. The wrestling part was kind of the reward. At the end of the day, your life becomes traveling at certain points in this game. It's really amazing how that adds up on your body and your joints and stuff. The doctor last year told me that I have the arthritis of a 70-year-old man, and that was quite humbling. That was a year or two ago, so by now it's like a 72-year-old man." Moxley on being a guy that Tony Khan can rely on. And it's another quote. It says, "We take a lot of pride in our work and our work ethic and our standard that we set ourselves to and the way we do a job. To be one of those guys that's like reliable, kind of always there. The downside is it's very easy to take you for granted. The last conversation I had with Vince McMahon, like real conversation, straight up told me we took you for granted." Moxley on who he feels is the greatest wrestler of all time. He said, "Off the top of my head right now, I have 3 GOATs, greatest of all time. I gotta hate using the word GOAT. I feel like everybody uses it. They're all equal stature because they're all 3 of the greatest of all time in completely different ways for completely different reasons. But obviously Terry Funk, I don't see how you can call him anything but the greatest to ever do it. He's so inherently Terry Funk and so versatile. Terry Funk was not playing wrestler. Terry Funk was 100% real about everything he was doing and all the choices that he made in the ring and everything he did. And there will just never be another one quite like him. Terry Funk is just the man." The other 2 I work with currently, one being Chris Jericho, who in his own way I think is the greatest of all time because he just has this ability to be there and in the mix and important and a big star at these pivotal times, and he can hang and deliver in any situation. He's almost like a time travel of wrestling. He was in the 90s junior heavyweight scene, the Super J Cup, and all that in New Japan. He was in WCW when it was cool. He was in ECW in the midst of the 90s, in like 1996 when it was the coolest of all time. And then he was in WWF. It was like as most stacked as it could ever have been, 2000 or so. Then through the whole, Vince era of WWE, he was around and a player. Now today in AEW, he was in New Japan, and New Japan business all of a sudden kicks off really big. Now he's here in AEW, and you see him mixing it up with guys of all shapes and sizes and styles. So he's got this like time-traveling ability. Other guys of his generation, they had big rounds that were like 2 or 3 years. Jericho was going on like 20-something. When the story of Jericho is going to be written at the end, it's just going to be ridiculous. So in his own way, I consider him the greatest of all time. And then Brian, I consider maybe just the greatest pro wrestler that ever lived, which is a very humbling thing to be able to say that. I get to be tag team partners occasionally and work with him. To have somebody like that on your side, to bounce ideas off or to play that real role and tell you this sucks or whatever, or change that, that's an immense tool that I don't take for granted, that I have in my toolbox, that I get to pick his brain. Brian is like the greatest pure pro wrestler of all time. If you just picked him up and stuck him in any ring in the world, whether it be a parking lot, an auto parts store in Tijuana, or the Tokyo Dome, or the main event of WrestleMania, or AEW Dynamite, you put him in any ring against any opponent with no context whatsoever and just ring the bell. Anybody watching, he will suck into that match, and they will feel like they're watching a real struggle and just be completely sucked into his match for the duration of it against anybody, anywhere, anytime. And I got to pause that, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match, and still TWA television champion from Team Mick Marvel. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed 2-time television champion, Mick Marvelous, your victor, and still champion. Congratulations to both Mick Marvel and Mick Marvelous. Big win over the Legends champion, the one Elijah Archer. Congratulations. It looks that way. That was very impressive. 2 out of 3 falls over Elijah Archer, a longtime favorite and, of course, current champion. Sorry, say that again?
Marvel works a lot, so he probably can't be here tonight. He's probably working.
He may be working. He actually ran a show earlier today of his own as well. All right, so the winner of the match was Mick Marvel. 1,010 Archer vs. Bucks on the line. They are distributed. And here we go. Moving on to the main event of Wrestle Wars Genesis. Here we go. Last but not least, it is an iron to gold match between the current reigning defending junior world champion, the Nightmare Damien from Team Kraken Skulls. And he's cashing in and challenging the current reigning defending Wrestle Wars Genesis world champion. And by the way, since returning, he's had 2 matches. 1, he came back and won the Junior World Championship, made it look easy. Number 2, he cashed it in and won the World Championship, made that look easy. What else is Reese the Voice Williams going to accomplish? It has been absolutely insane. But he is putting his title on the line against Team Kraken Skulls, the Nightmare Damien. That is next. I'm going to get the betting line open right now. But who do you guys think wins the TWA World Championship? The reigning defending champion or the Nightmare Damien?
This is a hard one on multiple levels. I mean, they're both just returned. Both of them have been amazing competitors from the early days. Both managers are just amazing. I think so. I think the Nightmare is going to shock Reese Williams.
You think the Nightmare shocks Reese Williams?
I think so.
All right, so that's 1 for Reese Williams. Luke, what do you think? The Nightmare Damien?
The Nightmare shocks Reese Williams.
Or sorry, you think the Nightmare Damien. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah.
I want the underdog to win. I think the Nightmare can do it.
You think the Nightmare can pull it off?
Yeah.
That's a tough one for me. Like I said, since returning, he's 2-0. Both matches were title matches. He won them both. It'll be really interesting to see how he fares in the ring against the Nightmare Damien. It's been a long time since Damien and Reese the Voice Williams have been in a ring together. I think the last time was actually with Lil Joy Nightmare in a tag team match against Reese the Voice Williams, and at the time he was called Up Down B Henry. Now, of course, Coach B Henry. So they do have a rivaled history, and it should be a very interesting matchup, but it's been a hot minute since they've been in action together.
URL
Well, let's find out. I'm going to go with Reese the Voice Williams. I've always been a fan of Tons of Funk. They're, of course, part of Phenomenal Soul now, but they are one of the baddest tag teams in TWA history. And, of course, we all love the Trigger Talk TV boys. So I'm going with Reese the Voice Williams to retain his world championship over the Nightmare. But that's just me.
I just want to be different.
You just want to be different?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's find out. Without further ado, the main event of Wrestle Wars Genesis for the World Wrestling Championship. The Nightmare Damien versus Reese the Voice Williams. Let's go. And guys, I'm just going to be a few moments. I actually have to call both my wife and my daughter, so I'll be right back.
It is 2 o'clock in the morning. Archie's fucking stopped the match.
No holds barred
Archie stopped the match.
And is for the World
The controller disconnected. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, hey, there we go.
Lol, he leaves and the controller dies.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. Making his way to the ring. I can't remember his name. The Nightmare.
Nightmare Damien. Damien. I think it's Damien Woods, but I'm not positive.
Let's not forget, the title is on the line here tonight. How can I forget? I've been looking forward to this match for a long time.
With Kraken, isn't he?
What makes you think the Nightmare can pull it off?
Already trending on social media. The challenger knows he has
I don't really have a reason. I'm a fan of both. I got to go with the Nightmare on this one. I
just want to be different.
Yeah, it's hard to.
That's how I feel. I just want to be different.
You know, because I'm a big fan of both. Yeah, he's with Team Kraken Skulls.
Remember, guys, the title is on the line here in this one. And I don't remember the last time the champ was in this much jeopardy, Cole. Tonight might just be the night the title changes hands.
The pressure is on for the champion, looking to cement himself as one of the best of this era with a big win tonight.
Oh. All right.
Introducing the challenger from Area 51, weighing in at 327 pounds, the Nightmare, Damien. And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 257 pounds, he is the World Wrestling Champion, Reese the Voice Williams.
A title coveted by legends and hungry young talent
The
alike.
new jackpot number for a chance to win a channel redemption of your choices, 087. The number to win a YTD championship matches, 08.
I have returned.
Welcome back, Archer.
I have no sound pad because it's actually plugged into the other controller.
Died as you.
It did.
Just after you walked away.
Yeah, it did. Absolutely did. But I'll make sure we have a fully charged controller for the tournament later.
Okay.
I have no exact start time for that tournament, but it'll be sometime after you're finished. Either when you're ready to raid or shortly thereafter.
To be honest with you, I don't know how long the stream will do.
Yeah, no worries. Is Luke still here?
Yeah, I'm still.
You're still here? When do you stream again? When is your next show?
And I'll be going live Saturdays and Fridays.
Sorry, say that again?
Saturdays and Fridays. Saturdays, Death Zone. And we do Fridays, Free Roll.
Quick exchange of counters there.
Okay. So you're not streaming till Friday?
I don't know. My stream from Mortal Kombat through the week.
But usually Friday is your set day type of thing.
Yeah, wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, for wrestling. Okay. Yeah, because you like to.
Wrestling shows are Saturday and Friday.
Okay. Good to know.
I'm also starting another show called Supernova as well. That's going to be Saturdays. That's going to be Fridays.
This is going to take more strength than he has left. A lift up. Wow.
Once I get that sorted out, Supernova, I'm going to launch it. And it's going to be a very exciting
and so then you're going to have. So you'll have 2 wrestling shows a week.
It's all about the dangers of the unknown. The fight can
Fantastic.
Come anywhere. An attack can come from anywhere.
Well, I mean, at this point, Archer didn't get the job done, so no go-home happy match there. As of right now, we don't really have a go-home happy match, and since we're having a tournament later, I think we'll leave the main event of the night as the main event. And then we'll, of course, see each other later tonight, or early in the morning, depending on... Yeah, that's okay. Later on, we'll be having a Gold Rush tournament for the vacant Women's Junior Tag Team Championship. And we're going to award a new Junior Grand Prix champion for the women's division as well. That'll be the tone-setting match. So it should be very interesting. It should be an interesting evening. Jack says, I thought Sir Jack has Akira versus Alice Blade as a go-home happy match. Well, that match isn't happening, regardless if he has it redeemed or not, because that's for TWA Revolution. So Sir Jack is out of luck.
You just got him there with that fucking front kick at the outside.
That match is being saved for the stream preview. And I don't know why he would redeem that match anyways, unless it was a dark match, but I don't know why he would redeem that when Akira is the Junior World Champion. Oh, okay, it is just a dark match. Never mind.
What kind of match is this? Because I can see a tandem with the top order.
Yeah, it's an iron to gold match.
I am on dead.
Yeah.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out.
All right.
And here we go. Omega driver.
So, dark match, Akira versus Alice. All right. But we could save that for later's go-home happy match. So just remind me later that that match was redeemed. Now, he'll probably put it in redemptions anyways, but...
Throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there, but to no avail. Smashing their face.
All right.
And he fights it off.
Let's see here. B. Jackson retained. LDF became the junior tag team champions. Briar Rose retained. The Hart Foundation retained. Mick Marvel retained. So far, champions are standing strong tonight on Wrestle Wars Genesis. That I know. What is that noise?
I'm not sure.
Luke, is that your microphone? I can hear something, some sort of interference.
It's from a microphone, it sounds like.
Yeah, it does. It feels.
Can we try to book it? Back in?
I mean, we don't know really what it is. I was just asking.
Well, it went away, whatever it was.
It did. All right, so Mrs. Archer wants me to give her a quick call. She's driving home, so I'm going to be a few moments. It shouldn't be 10, I wouldn't think. But I will be right back. I got to tend to the missus.
But you do.
Denied via a wicked punch to the stomach.
Basically, I'm making like a stream. Well, not stream. I'm making I've got second show for LCW over. I'm just super hyped about it. Because it's just gonna have like different. It's gonna be completely different to that show. It's just gonna have like different superstars on it. It's gonna be work. And I'm gonna see people out on Death Row as well. It's gonna be really good. Excited for it.
And I'm going to be jumping off here, I think. So I got to get my stream going. Go grab a snack first. All right. So you all have fun. I'll
yeah, see you later, man.
See you after a bit.
See you later, man. Oh, the poison is missed. And a front kick. I think we have one fall. Like, already from somebody. I can't remember me.
Everything possible was done to win there, but it just fell short. Claymore! Shoulders down!
Claymore kick. And he was down the floor. Referee, you better start fucking counting.
He kicked out! He actually kicked out!
Because the referee is too fucking slow.
Mat slam with some attitude.
A sleeper slide, a sleeper hold slam, man.
Just punched him right in the mouth. Relentless. Enough already. And he gets delivered back into the ring. Kick to the midsection, full head of steam. Neckbreaker.
Oh my god, that neckbreaker, by the way, look at that. Look at the color of the referee, shoulders are down.
He refuses
and he kicks out.
Pure instinct. Makes him pay with a counter.
Incredible ability here.
Evading offense.
Wait a damn minute, wait a damn minute. Oh my god. He's got him up. Oh, dropped him right on the head. And that should be a fall.
It's truly impressive to completely beat
and
the
the
count
shoulders
here.
are up.
Brought victory before, but not
6 minutes left to this matchup.
outside the box. Impressive display of power.
He's trying to get on top.
And a stop to the gut. Hold on a second. Where'd the lights go?
He's always
I
out of
think we
sleep,
know
man.
who's behind this. Another big move.
Oh, wait, the blackout ability. Wait, it can't make the distraction. He drops it on his head. And that could be a game-changing moment. And it is, he gets a pin off it. And we're down to the 6th minute now.
He's looking for yet another
And that could be
exclamation
huge
mark.
to win this matchup.
The champ's got it. The cover. Somehow the challenger gets a fall.
He gets another pin. And
He
it's
leaves the
looking
ring and there's
good
no countouts in this one.
right now.
Suplex.
The suplex to the outside. The back hurting.
Clothesline.
He's going for the steel chair. Oh, but the clothesline taking the chair out.
Oh,
It
impressive
is
counter.
absolutely unbelievable tonight in the Archiverse.
Textbook jumping clothesline. Oof. Crowd out of ringside and
Wait a
back to the
minute, he
mat.
throws him in the ring.
Oh, watch this display of power.
And the gut-wrench powerbomb sending him into the center of the ring.
Opponent. What are they
Wait a
going to
minute,
do
he's
here?
stalking his
Knee right to
opponent.
the face, the clothesline.
He's got him up. And the clothesline, a discus clothesline. Taking him down.
And
Flat
listen
out.
to this place. It's deafening in here, Michael. Bang! Just a brazen challenge.
And the
Trying to
steel
provoke
chair.
an incredibly
He's
rash
got the
reaction.
wake up. Oh, he's going for
He
it.
must have seen that coming. Oh, right to the throat. Say
Oh, the
goodnight.
sleeper hold locked in.
Locked
And
in.
will he submit? He's got 4 minutes left. 4-minute mark.
Is locked in deep.
The referee checking the hold. Can he do it? Is he going to do it? Is he going to tap out? To avoid further punishment.
Sleeper hold is cinched in. Oh my goodness. Not for long. Fireman's carry. Up and.
Oh my god, not on the floor. Oh, the F5 hit.
Makes the cover.
What's the ref doing here? Gets the pay. I'm not sure what the score is. Does anybody know what the score is?
Uh-oh is right.
I have returned. Sorry about that.
Actually know what the score is.
I don't actually know what the score is.
And the champion scores a
I think one of the Green Saints is winning.
Joe Link, what's the score? Or Froggy, does anybody know what the score is?
I would say it's probably the Green guy's winning.
You think Reese the Voice Williams is in the lead?
Yeah. Williams definitely looks like a better thrower though. Picked him up.
How's the match been going anyways? Has it been like, does it seem fairly evenly matched? Has it been a one-sided show for Reese the Voice Williams? What's been going on? Because I mean, I missed a good portion of the match.
I was wondering the commentary for the people.
Did Damien just try to spit green mist in the face of Reese the Voice? He missed. He missed. That's kind of crazy.
The 2-minute mark now, and it looks tight. But
Only 3 minutes left.
Getting the win. I think Williams is winning this match.
Joe Link thinks it's 2-2. Now I don't know.
More pins than 2.
So you think it's more than 2-2, and you think Reese the Voice Williams is in the lead?
I've seen 3 in a row at one point.
Okay, so it might be even 3-2.
I've seen Williams get 2, and I've seen the other guy get 2.
Well, there's a pinfall for the Nightmare Damien right there, so whatever that puts it at. I guess we're going to find out ultimately. There's less than 2.5 minutes left of this Iron to Gold match. I got to tell you, since I came back and since I started paying attention, it's been all Damien, but the Voice trying to turn the tides here.
I think it's quick. Williams keeps his cards right. I think he's got the winning. He just needs to buy some time.
And to be fair, Iron to Gold is 15 minutes, and I've seen about 4 minutes. So.
Oh, he just dropped in reverse on his head.
That was a wicked pile driver. There's another pinfall for, or I haven't seen a pinfall, but there is a pinfall for Reese the Voice Williams. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the score might be here. Look at this, Damien setting him up. He's not wasting any time. He's going right back to work on the world champion. Minute and 40 left of this matchup.
Yep. 1 minute and 36 seconds here.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Luke the Gooner for being here and being an absolute gem as a co-host. You were absolutely phenomenal tonight. Your first time on the broadcast, you didn't miss a beat, and it was a good time. Great conversations. The matches have been awesome tonight for Wrestle Wars Genesis, so I can't complain about anything there either. But also thank.
To be honest, I just stay on. I don't want to stay on.
Yeah, it's a blast. You're welcome anytime. Anybody that has access to the broadcast booth is more than welcome to join me on the broadcast during any of our live shows.
Mr. LCW on the broadcast booth, and there you go.
How dare Archer not know the score? Jack says. How dare you, Jack? Joe Link says it's been pretty evenly matched so far from what I've seen.
I'd agree.
Oh boy, ready to strike.
Nothing better than an evenly matched match, though. You know what I mean?
I think you've had a great show.
When it's an even matchup, it leaves more element of surprise. You know what I mean? It gives you that intrigue. I think the best match of the night was the triple threat matchup between Briar Rose, Amber Extreme, and
that was great.
Who the hell was the other person in the matchup? I forget now. Jezebel West. I also want to thank the community for showing up as you always do. Your unwavering support for the Archiverse TV is always appreciated and absolutely amazing. We will see each other later on. And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match, and still, not only is he still your reigning, defending, and undisputed TWA World Champion, he is also still undefeated from Team 3 TV Reese, representing Phenomenal Soul. Reese the Voice Williams, still your TWA World Champion. So congratulations to Reese the Voice Williams. And folks, that is it. That is all for episode number 514. However, we are going to have episode number 515 later on. It is going to be a Gold Rush tournament for the vacant Women's Junior Tag Team Championship, and the tone setter of the night is going to be a matchup for the vacant Women's Junior Grand Prix Championship. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for TWA to relaunch later tonight with a Gold Rush tournament. It's going to be a great evening, but until then, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to go visit the Glenolaverse and Team Glenola and see what's going on over there. I believe he's going to be playing some Red Dead. That was, hey, he better be fucking Red Dead, because that was the, no, really, that was the proposition. That was the deal I made. You just stream Red Dead Redemption and go hunting and shooting some shit, and I will run a Gold Rush tournament later on in the evening. Anybody that's not already in on this invasion, get your ass in here. We're going to go visit the Glenolaverse. You don't want to miss out. Never miss an opportunity to support your community members and be involved in our invasion. The invasion is upon us. I only see 5 out of 14. 12 now. A couple people left. We should find whoever they are and ban them immediately. 2 people left before the invasion. 5 out of 12. That is not good numbers. That is not a good ratio. But it is what it is. We will see each other later on. Episode number 515 for a Gold Rush tournament and a tone-setting match. The tone-setting match for the Junior Women's Grand Prix Championship. And, of course, the Gold Rush tournament will be for the vacant Junior Women's Tag Team Championship. It's going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. But it's that time. You don't have to go home, but you do have to get the fuck out. I'm kicking your asses all over to the Glenolaverse. Goodbye.